Yo, what's up? What's up? While we're waiting here, we're just waiting for Fayence stream to come tune in. While I'm doing, I'm just gonna hang out, gonna change some strings. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions. Yo, what's up, boys? What's up? What's happening? So, Fayence stream will be joining us, about half an hour or so. I just figured I would come live, hang out. I'm just changing some guitar strings right now. So yeah, come hang out, boys. Restring Wednesday. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yo, what's going on, boys? What's going on? Putting some, where did I put them? Putting some fresh Ernie Ball beefies on here for that sweet, sweet D standard. Yeah, how's everything going? How's your Wednesday going here, boys? By the way, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me, by the way? Just checking. If you guys can hear me, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Try some elixirs, hey? I've actually never used elixirs. I've always just, I don't know. Ernie Ball, the Guitar Hero branding and marketing got me. The Guitar Hero marketing and branding got me. I've just bought them ever since. Okay, good. You can hear me. Yeah, good. Excellent. It's funny, after 40 or 50 years, there's finally modern metal. It took a while. It took a while. God, boys, I can't tell you how much I enjoy having locking tuners on here. One of the best decisions I ever made. I legit cannot stand restringing like normal guitars anymore. I just can't do it, boys. Just cannot fucking do it. Wouldn't that be postmodern? I think we're in the postmodern age now. Whatever you want to call it. Like, I think, well, really, they called it the modern age back in like the 1700s was the modern age. So, what is it now, bro? I have no idea. But I think you know what I mean anyways. You know what I mean? Elixirs are they like coated strings? All right, boys. I got some treats for you here today. I do have some treats here. All right, so yeah, we got some pretty exciting news the other day. So my band that I play in, that's not my own stuff here. We got our mixes back from Mr. Jamie King. Yeah, we got some stuff back from Jamie King. So here's the first mix of the Soul Runner song called Krakatoa Sunrise, mixed by Jamie King, same guy who does Bring Between the Buried and Me and stuff. Let me know how you guys like it. Ah, that good chemical smell. So it's me on vocals in this band. I just do vocals in this band. Almost forgot to clean the damn thing. Hey, Taco, what's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Oh, how am I doing? Dude, I'm doing good. Had a nice walk with the dog today. Kind of cold out this morning. Like -7, that's okay. I'm used to it. How about you, man? How you doing today? You're brewing your own beer, bro? That's pretty cool. Do you use like a kit, or you get your own grain and stuff? Hey Varvis, I'm a teenage metalhead and love your video. What is your favorite modern metal band and classic metal band? 70s to early mid 2000s. Favorite classic metal band, definitely Death. Modern metal band, honestly I'm probably gonna go with Architects. Vilnius, that's in, what is that? That's Latvia, is it? I've been told I look Latvian before, that's funny. Oh, bro, you brew your, yeah, you work as a brewer? That's sick, bro. Thanks for tuning in while you're at work then, man. Lithuania? Yeah. Pharaoh, that's the guy who sung on Control Denied's band, right? That's sick. So yeah, that was Krakatoa Sunset. Here's the other demo. This one is Start From Zero again, this one's called. And I sing on these ones. I look significantly European. I know, bro. I know I do. Eating lunch at work right now? All right, bro. Thanks for tuning in to me on your lunch break, bro. I appreciate that a lot. God, I can't tell you how much I love the Locking Tuners, boys. I can't tell you how much I love it. The music is too quiet. Let me see. Is that better? Yeah, we probably do, bro. Honestly, like, low-key, Fayence Dream is the guy who got me into Necrophagus for sure. Before, I just... Like, I had heard of them, but I never really... You know, I was just like, oh, they're just like a tech death band that sings about gore and stuff. And then I'm like, oh no, this is more than that. Oh shit, I didn't know Opal and Sky was Canadian. That's cool, I didn't actually know that. What are your thoughts on Sabaton? Dude, I love Sabaton. I've seen them live, I think twice. I made a whole video about, look at my channel, I made an entire video plotting all the dates, or all the locations of the battles they sing on a map. Love Sabaton. I agree, Lucky Tuner should be standard. Dude, he is so inspiring, man. If you ever, he gives great guitar lessons, bro. I've been taking guitar lessons with him. Really great teacher. I just realized my lighting was messed up. Who would win in a traditional Spanish duel with rapier and dagger? Sabaton or Cannon Fever? Cannon Fever, excuse me. And Schuldigung. I'm gonna go with Cannon and Fiba. They seem younger. I think Sabaton's had one too many brewskis. You know, Joachim, right? He wears those ab armor, but I don't really think he has many abs under there. I was very obsessed with Sean. Yeah, I've seen Sean's great. I saw them live one time. I think they were opening for, like it was Veil of Maya or something weird, or Periphery maybe, one of those bands. Oh, really? I didn't know they cited Necrophagus. That's cool. What are your favorite bands of all time? Does not make you metal. For me, top 5 are Opal and Sky, Polyphia, System of a Down, Unprocessed, and Sleep Token. Unprocessed is really good too. For me, I think so. I will start from zero again. I'll play Krakatoa Sunrise one more time, as I think it was too quiet. But for me, my favorite bands of all time, I'm gonna have to go with. These are not in any particular order, by the way. I'm going to go with probably Megadeth, Alice in Chains, Death, Architects, What would be the fifth one? Oh, dude, the fifth choice is so hard. It's always the hardest. You know, bro, honestly, low-key, I'm going to go with Knocked Loose. I enjoy, like, every single one of Knocked Loose songs. Yes, bro, that was the tour with Periphery. That was the tour. And I think that was the one where Covet was opening as well, and I think Vela Mai was there too. I think that was the tour where, like, Mark tried to get with Yvette Young or something like that. Anyways, great show. Absolutely fantastic show. Sleep Token is what you need to listen to. You need to cry and process your past trauma. Yeah, true. True. Not that it's a bad thing. Not that that's a bad thing. Yeah, that's much better. You guys should be able to hear it now this time. Yeah, that was the tour. What was that, like 2018, 19, something like that? All the years just blend together, bro. I can't remember. Yeah, that was just very unfortunate for me that, like, it was just like a very just gross situation in, like, all aspects. Because, like, it kind of completely overshadowed, like, her music, right? You know, I don't know. It was just gross. Yeah, me too. Me too, man. I hope they're just, you know, dealing with it all. Everyone seems to kind of forgot it. I think I forgot about it until that moment. Opinion on modern guitar bands like Cliffia, Covet, Ichikia. Yeah, you can call them a band. And how's your day going so far? You know what? I like those type of bands. I just really like bands with vocals because I'm, like, mostly a vocalist. So that's mostly what's important to me. Cliffia's cool. Covet's cool. Like I said, I saw them live. You know, I'm not the biggest kind of Midwest emo fan, but, you know, I can respect the Whittly Diddlies. Ichika's really cool. I love all his shorts. He just plays such just beautiful guitar. He's such a great guitar player. And yeah, Prolific is cool. I think, you know, I really want them to release Scott LePage, his Zyphos, like his custom Zyphos with the Tree of Death inlays and the silver. Ibanez really needs to release that because I'd probably buy one. My top 5 would be Sabaton, Megadeth, In Flames, Orbit Culture, and Archspire. That's a pretty base list, bro. I like it. Top 5, Led Zeppelin, Peripherally, Sean, Death. Hard for me to pick the 5th. That's a good list, too. Especially the Death. Gotta respect that. Yvette Young is still touring and posting on YouTube as far as I know. She still shreds. Music might be slightly too loud. Okay, I'll turn that a little down. Thanks for telling me. Is that better? Nice, nice. So yeah, that's the Soul Runner demos. Look forward to those. They'll be coming out probably, or the mixes we just got back from Jamie King. Hopefully those will be out, in a few months. We've got to film some stuff for it and stuff. You know what I mean? Here's my album demo that I've been working on here. I'll just play this while we're still waiting. So I just have some background music. You know what I mean? Cheers. So this is all me. All the guitars, the drum programming, vocals, all me. Who's playing on it? Soul Runner, it's me and my band here. As for me, this is me playing or programming the guitars and bass, which I will be playing, and I'll be getting someone to do the leads for this. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. That's actually what I'm restringing this guitar for. Putting on some new strings. Gonna start laying down some tracks. Hey, thanks, bro. With the dissection profile pic, that really matters. Means a lot. Sounds like Winter Sun and Superior. Yeah, the Winter Sun was like one of my biggest influences for this. Absolutely. Like Winter Sun, Old in Flames, with like a little bit of death in there. All right, I'll tune this up later. I'm just gonna clean up all the string mess and everything like that around. Just give me a couple seconds here, guys. This song's called Summit Fever. The first one here. All right, there we go. By the way, got the Fayence Stream t-shirts. Go order that stuff off his website. Fast shipping. You can also buy the tab book for his album too. This next song here is called Potion. I wanted this riff right here to sound like a pounding hangover headache. Opinion on Dragon Force? Based as fuck. Dragon Force is based as fuck. Like I said, boys, Fayence Stream. We're just, I think he's just teaching a guitar lesson to about noon, and then he'll be hopping on here. Dragon Force put on another really great show. That was another band who put on a great show. Yo, what's up, bro? Thanks for tuning into the stream. Fayence stream will be tuning in soon. Very Dominion sounding. Hey, excellent. I love it. Yeah, a little bit of Morbid Angel on the song influence, a little bit of Death for sure. Like I said, I wanted the riff to kind of sound like a pounding headache. Yeah. Okay, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Thanks. Hold on, wait a second. I was just playing an old version here. Let me go back. I went back. Everything was in C standard, and then I just decided, nope, everything is going to be in D standard. So I just put it all back into D standard here. D standard, God's chosen tuning. I finally had to accept that. I was big, down tune, 7-string. Then I'm like, okay, if I'm not going to do 7-string A standard, I'll do C standard. And then eventually I was just like, no, D standard. Dude, Graphite, bro, that's exactly what I was trying to do here. When you listen to all these songs, they're all very structured. Like catchy choruses and like structure to them, right? All the stuff that I've learned and all the deep dives, Necrophagus on Death and stuff, I'm taking all those lessons and applying them to this music here. So yeah, bro, you should really go for it. Go for it. Don't let anything stop you. You can demo everything so well and then just learn it later. That's what I did. You a fan of Fallujah? I do like Fallujah, but I have not heard that new song. Maybe we'll check it out later. It really is the perfect metal tuning, man. It really is the perfect metal tuning. That's why like 7-string A standard's pretty cool. Right? You can still just play the normal D standard riffs, the best tuning. Then you got that low string just in case you want to give it some extra chunk. Hey, thanks, Vladimir. Which part are you talking about? The chunky riff or what? Dude, absolutely. Use that template. Go save that. Like, take a screenshot of his songwriting template. The Death songwriting structure. Yeah, and you can still just drop it down to drop C. Let's see. Let me find that. Ironically, this is like the one song in the album that doesn't follow this format. Because I wanted to repurpose the chorus riff, but in a sort of like almost quasi-breakdown kind of way. It's like it's the same notes that's going on in the chorus, just, it's sort of like a breakdown. Nice. Okay, so this next song is called With Me in Spirit. This song's from my mother who passed away about 2 years ago now. Yeah, here it is, bro. Just use this template. It's like the most genius template you can ever use for metal songwriting. It just works so well. You can fill with riffs and it doesn't get boring. It's just the GOAT, man. It's just the GOAT. Thanks, boys. I appreciate it. But yeah, pretty much every song that I wrote on here follows this sort of structure right here. This is my this image here is like my grand contribution to the metal community, I think. Oh yeah, a lot of symbolic on this album too. A lot of symbolic. Obviously, right? That's what I'm listening to, doing all the deep dives on. Well, yeah, sorry, bro, I forgot to answer that. My favorite metal concert. Pantera, It's Only Metal. That would be a good show. I think, honestly, legit, like, my favorite concert I ever went to was the Death to All concert that I went into in Vancouver. I made a video about it, but man, was it ever good, man. They played all of the Sound of Perseverance that night. It was just like a beautiful summer day. Yeah, Death to All, that's my favorite show for sure. So this part here, I like directly ripped off from Sacred Serenity. I sort of call it like a vibe down, right? Symbolic kind of has those moments where it's like a big vibe rather than a breakdown. Vibe down. Yeah, that was the first video I made that just like blew up. I wasn't even like trying to be a YouTuber or anything. I was just sort of studying his music, and I noticed that, and I made that video. And if you go back and listen to that video, it's a pretty rough video. Like I could remake it way better, but you know, it's got over 150k views on it, so you know, important information. Oh, thanks, Vlad. Yeah, that was my goal, man. You know what I mean? Oh, nice, yeah. I love Cynic, man. That's another band I need to make a video on. Cynic's so good. So good. Rest in peace, Sean Reiner. What's your favorite song off Symbolic? I think right now it has to be Thousand Eyes. That might be the next song I do a deep dive on. So good, man. But I think Zero Tolerance. Every song in the album is just 10 out of 10, bro. This song is called Morningside now. Morningside, With Me in Spirit, Morningside, and then the next song that comes after this are sort of like, I don't want to say like a 3-part song, but they're all connected, basically. Oh, dude, Misanthrope? So good. All the songs are great, man. All the songs are fantastic. What type of vocals do you prefer in a metal song? Low scream, gutturals, high screams, or cleans? This part I ripped totally off of Flesh and the Power It Holds. Really depends on the genre. I like when a vocalist sort of mixes it up. If they sort of stay in the same lane the whole time, it can kind of get boring. I like when they mix it up. Yeah, Perennial Quest is great. That video was really fun to make. Dude, Max, I couldn't believe it, man. Like, he even kind of like looks like Chuck if you kind of like squint your eyes. And he just had such great stage presence. Like, he didn't say anything the whole show. Mwah, mwah, mwah! Yeah, especially you had, you know, Gene Hoglan and Steve DiGiorgio. Oh my god, man. One of the, easily the best concert I've ever seen, for sure. So yeah, I totally like this song. Is a lot of like Winter Sun in it, In Flames, little bit of Death too. I guess like yeah, it's like my mission statement. I want to make the album that I want to listen to. Did that make sense? So like Death with In Flames, basically. Hey, nice, thanks. I try to write some interesting bass parts. You know what I mean? You don't want to just have the bass doing the same thing the whole time. Will Ramos is a great vocalist, man. One of the goats. I'm just not like a big fan of the deathcore stuff that much. So, but I totally respect his vocals. Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, he just fits it like so well. It's incredible. I saw a girl who looked like China. That's funny, bro. He does have the right hair, bro. Like, yeah, like I said, like you kind of squint, you know. Yeah, if Death Duel comes to your town, go see it. Incredible show. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, Fayence stream should be hopefully getting on pretty soon. As soon as he emails me, I'll get him in here. And then we'll stop listening to my stuff too. So I'm saying 30th anniversary Symbolic, played the whole thing. What metal genre is your favorite? So you like metalcore, deathcore, brutal death? I think melodic death metal is my favorite genre. But unfortunately, there's like a lot of stinkers, not a lot of great bands. Yeah, I would say like melodic death metal is my favorite. Yeah, it is the sound of perseverance. What of it? So here's like the acoustic sort of interlude that sort of rephrases melodies from both With Me in Spirit and Morningside. Sort of like akin to like In Flames on the Jester Race they have, right, you know? Dude, power metal, highly based. Yeah, power metal is probably one of my favorites too. I love power metal. I used to be like big into power metal when I was in university. Metal Cage, hey, what's up, bro? What's up? Opinion on black metal? I like some black metal. I feel like I like the idea of black metal a lot more than I like the actual music. Oh man, I remember seeing After the Burial just after their guitarist had passed away. That was a crazy good show, man. Zach Law, what's up, bro? What's up? All right, okay. Okay, we're gonna be getting in here with Fayence Dream here. Hey, what's up, bro? What's up? Can you hear me?
Hey, Chris, I can see that you're in here, but I can't hear you.
Okay.
Or see you.
Okay, give me a... I'll just message it real quick. Okay, let's go do this.
No, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I'll message you on Instagram and see if you can hear me. There we go. I can see you now.
All right, can you hear me at all?
You.
Okay, hold on a sec. There we go. Can you hear me now, bro?
Perfect.
Excellent. Okay, just give me 1 second. I just gotta switch the camera here.
And also, I'll put it so that I'll go live on my end here as well.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely, absolutely. Everyone, say hello to Fayence Dream. Hello.
What's going on? Hey, he's wearing the shirt too. Freaking right.
That's right, bro.
Awesome.
That's right. That's right. That's right. How you doing today, my man? Okay, hold on. I'm just
Great.
gonna switch these to my other monitor here, so I'm not looking
And if I
this
go,
way.
Here, how would I do this if I go live on Instagram, but people can't see you?
You could just stream it if they can hear me. That's probably good enough.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm booming out here. There we go. Okay, there. That should be a lot better. Now I don't need to look like directly past you.
All good. All right. I'll go live here now. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold.
Oh, no worries, man. I know there's like some stuff going around. Even in you know, up north here. Okay, so yeah. Everybody say hello to Fayence Dream. Just released probably my my favorite album in 2024. Definitely beats Spirit Box, I got to say. Your stuff is just way better, man. I love it. And yeah, he's you know, one of the nicest guys, one of the most genuine guys I've ever met. He's a great guitar teacher and just like a really nice guy to hang out with. So yeah, maybe if you just want to introduce yourself, maybe for people who don't know, and yeah, tell us just a little bit about yourself. You know, what your mission statement is, I guess, with your act here, with your band project, whatever you want to call it.
Like, it's not a band. It's more of like a, I don't know. It's basically as if Chuck Schuldiner or Muhammad didn't tour and they only had they hired people, the best people they could, and it was just the albums. There wasn't any touring. So I guess project or band, I don't know. But so yeah, I'm Fayence Dream. That's the name I chose back in 2015. And basically the name is kind of like Owl City, right? It's two random words put together to create imagery. So that I was hugely and am hugely inspired by Owl City, which is interesting because I have like an Necrophagus shirt on. But so that kind of is part of my style and stuff. I've been playing guitar since I was 14, which is summer 2009. And my personality is very much like, I like what I like, and I like it very consistently all the freaking time. So getting into Randy Rhoads stuff and Ozzy Osbourne back in that summer, I was looking for something a little heavier. So then I got into Death and Necrophagist, and then from then on, I've just been playing it basically all the times for 15 years.
Damn, it's a
Uh,
pretty substantial jump from Randy Rose, Ozzy Osbourne to Death Necrophagist.
well, and this is the importance of creating like content like what you're doing here and stuff is where um, I was looking for a new guitar, so I'm on Ibanez's website, and then I see that they're promoting the Zyphos, and I was like, oh, this is a cool guitar, but who's this Muhammad guy? And that changed my life forever. So I started creating music, in high school, but never really fully released anything until 2015, and all my music from 2015 till about 2020 was very synth poppy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then after that, I got into like I've always played guitar. It's just my vision wasn't quite crystallized enough to make it how I wanted it. I've had the vision for Repose of the Soul, this latest album, since I was 16,
Oh,
but it
damn,
never
bro.
now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I always had a vision. Or back and then it was called Hypnagogia. That was my band's name, and I wrote an album on Guitar Pro, and it was basically what Repose of the Soul is, which is like it's like melodic, but it's not metalcore, but it's also not melodeath. It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
this my style of melodies and stuff put into a tech death package, like phrased like Necrophagist and inspired by Chuck Schuldiner. So and then here
Dude,
we are
sick.
with Repose of the Soul is I think my sixth album, like seventh.
Yeah, yeah.
Jack, I think it's my seventh album. There's only like a couple of them that are good. So I'm happy with where things are at now, but it took a long time to get there. And that's basically it. I'm a one-man show. I don't have a label. I run everything myself. I don't have to deal with anyone or listen to anyone. I listen to, of course, people that I respect and care about and stuff. But
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
get to hire the best people I want. It's everything executed to my specification. And with that said, I don't have anyone chirping in my ear about, oh, well, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. And that's, to me, not a very authentic representation of art, which the business gets in the way. It always does. But in the
True.
case of myself, I got full flexibility, and Angle's the only one that sponsors me, and they have nothing but great amps, and they don't try to influence me in any way.
Dude, that's awesome. Okay, I have like a whole bunch of questions for you, and you answered probably like three of those in that little spiel there. So, first of all, I just want to say it's funny that you mentioned Owl City because yesterday I was going through all your old music. Right, I had listened to Shrieking Violet. Oh my goodness, Shrieking Violet before, and I really loved that, the like pop punk stuff. So I went back and listened to. I think it was like your first song, and I'm like, oh, this sounds like Airplanes by Owl Cities. So it's so
Yeah.
funny
Oh,
that you
yeah.
mentioned that too.
Totally.
So yeah, that was my first question. I was like, what does Fayence Dream, the title of your band, mean to you? But I guess if that's if you said it's just sort of like two words to evoke imagery, it does make sense, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, my favorite car is called a Porsche Carrera GT, and one of their color codes for the yellow is called Fayence Yellow. And I was like, oh,
Ah,
I Fayence, 0% of the population is going to have that name, like zero, right? It's not going to be like, decrepit fermentation, like that's just like a typical, metal name, but Fayence, right? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of, it almost has like a feminine kind of approach to it. And then Dream, I was just like, okay, just put something that's kind of abstract in there, and there's your two words. And zero, again, no one has the name I have. No one. Whether
No,
that's a
bro.
good thing or not.
Absolutely. So you're a Porsche guy, hey? That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Like I think most of them are ugly except for the Carrera GT and like modern 911s, but like the Carrera GT is like awesome. I remember back in the day when they were like 350 grand, and it's like, ooh, that's attainable. And then it's like, no, they're 2 million Canadian now.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
okay.
Now they're 2 million. Yeah. My cousin actually he just spent like all his money on Porsches, and he has like three 911 GT3 RSs. They're so sick.
Dude, he probably knows who Kulu is. Kulu Motor Car. That's where a whole bunch of Porsche guys go and buy their shit in
Yeah,
Calgary.
yeah. He brings all his stuff to Calgary to do that. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, it's funny. You're a Porsche guy, German necrophagist. For me, I'm a big BMW guy. And like you said, like their color names that they chose, very cool. One of my favorite colors, BMW, is actually like Techno Violet, they call it. I had like an E36 M3 that was that. Yeah, that was
I
cool.
used to work there, and I used to like BMWs until I worked there. BMW.
BMW. That's so true. I like the older ones. I stay away from
They drive.
anything
They
new.
drive. Oh, they drive. The price range, nothing drives better.
Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, for this for the interview here, I don't. Can you see the YouTube chat at all?
I can see it just just on like the corner of your screen, but I can't see it in terms of it being streamed on here.
Okay, yeah, no worries then, no worries then. I was gonna, so what I'll do, I have like, oh, let me just fix this. I had the aspect ratio all messed up. Oops. There, that should be a little better. Okay, so yeah, I have a whole bunch of questions, and if I get any interesting questions in the chat, or if you see any, feel free just to answer those, you know. And let's yeah, let's go for it here. Okay. Oh yeah, first of all, someone said a little bit earlier before you joined, like, oh sweet, my two favorite YouTubers, and another guy was saying that you turned him on to like Necrophagus and stuff like 2 years ago. So you're
That's
doing the
awesome.
Lord's work, man. All right, okay, so Repose of the Soul. What was your goal for this album, and what did you want to say to the world with this album? What were you trying to get across with this album? What was your North Star, your guiding principle, I suppose, for this album?
Uh, quality metal with no cliches, right? So, in my opinion, like my heroes, Muhammad and Chuck, their lineage is direct, right? So Chuck created what he did, which was extremely authentic, amazing quality songwriting, gathering the best talent possible. That and the spirit of that was carried out onto Muhammad, who was totally directly inspired by Chuck.
Yeah,
And then
totally.
I'm trying to carry that on because I find nowadays that modern content and modern music, it's losing its humanity, especially technical music. Technical music,
Dude.
you can have it completely machined, like machined, not like play it really well. It's like so perfect to the point where it loses its humanity. The guitar is such a human, like all instruments, like acoustically, they're very, very special and stuff. So I hate to lose that. So I wanted to provide something that is song quality first, not technicality first, which is the cliche of what with technical music. I find technical music, I've heard like it all sounds the same to me. It doesn't capture that essence that Muhammad had provided with Necrophagus, and then what Chuck did with basically Human onward. So that's what I would say. I'm trying to create something that has lasting power, right? It's not just here for a bit. It uses real amplifiers. It uses no digital effects making it like super super tight or precise. Just totally authentic music, and I find that is kind of rare nowadays.
Dude, I think you totally achieved that. And I think the greatest example of that is when you listen to the album like all the way through on Spotify, and then like plays like something related to it right afterwards. And like you can immediately just hear the difference in tonality, in like volume, in compression. Your album has a lot of, despite it being technical like death metal, it has a lot of space to it. Whereas a lot of other tech death, especially when it just plays directly after yours, it just seems so like squashed and like you said, like inhuman basically. Your album feels very human and very sort of organic. And that's why I think I love it so much. Like I think I've listened to it probably like, I don't know, man, probably like 20 times at this point. It's like the perfect length when walking my dog.
Technical music, in my opinion, nowadays overstays its welcome completely. The albums are either too long, the mix and the especially the drums and stuff, they're pushed so sampled. It's so fatiguing. I don't want to deal with it for seconds, right? I want to create like the reason why Epitaph sounds the way it does is because Muhammad was extremely particular that this is technical music, so the mix has to be very simple because it needs to be it can't be fatiguing. It has to be something that you can listen to over and over. I can listen to Stab Wound like over and over, but I can't really listen to Embodiment by Carcass or Heartwork like too many times. It gets a little fatiguing. That's a perfect album, by the way. I love it. But
that's a great album. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, I just, my vision for technical death metal doesn't exist, so I'm creating it. And that's my vision. I'm not saying everyone else's is garbage. It's just not what I want.
I love that, bro. I was just saying to the chat earlier, it's like I want to just create the music that I want to listen to. And I think that's kind of what you're doing as well, which is very, very cool. And I love that. And that's why I like respect it so much. And I think you're just such a gem of a musician that somehow the
Thanks.
algorithm brought you to me, whatever. Because you kind of introduced me to Necrophagus as well. I was telling the chat earlier. I'd heard of them, sort of like listened to their music, but it wasn't until you started playing the intricate riffs and sort of started explaining them like through your shorts and reels that I was like, oh hey, like this is just more than technical death metal. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So thank you. So that was excellent.
It's amazing. Now Muhammad is like an actual genius. Like he has an extremely high IQ. So someone like that creating music, that's why it came out the way it did. He the smartest man to ever make metal, in my opinion. Like total brainiac. And it comes through in the music, and it's very rare to have something so perfect and precise be very characteristic and soulful and has depth and dimension.
Absolutely, man, dude.
I find technical music went there's a bell curve to it, right? So there's quality and technicality. The technicality had reached a point nowadays that it's so much more complicated than Necrophagus, but the song quality, in my opinion, went down because it's all about the technique and it's all about the speed, and it just, I don't know, in my in my opinion, it lost the meaning.
Absolutely, man. You can tell, like, Necrophagus, it's like the song first, and then
Yes.
the technicalities sort of adds to it. But actually, here's a question in the chat that someone said, which relates to the guitar that you're holding, which I'm going to ask you about right after. Would you recommend the BC Rich Stealth for a new guitar player, or an Ibanez, I assume probably a Zyphos, for a beginner/intermediate guitar player? What
Zyphos,
would you say for that?
Zyphos, 100% all the way. Zyphos at, like, unfortunately nowadays everything is expensive, but the price range for what you get for the Zyphos is much better. The neck feels better. The fretwork is amazing. And BC Rich overcharges their product, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the
Zyphos,
Chuck Stealth is like $2,000 or something like that, bro. It's crazy.
and like the Stealth is objectively a bad design, like in terms of its in terms of its like weight distribution and where the strap pegs are located and how the access here and stuff. It's objectively kind of a goofy instrument, but it of course the legacy of it overshadows everything, which is great. But it's definitely not like it's not a guitar that I would recommend to like really build your chops up in a technical sense. Not standing that much and you just want to have a Stealth, go for it. But Ibanez Zyphos all the way. Go for the first generation and second generation. The third generation that's out for sale now, quality control issues. Plus, it's not made from mahogany.
There you go, bro. And yeah, okay, so that leads into the next question. You're holding Mohammed Sweetchmez's literal guitar, the guitar that he owned. How did you come into possession of that? You don't got to tell us, how much you paid or anything like that, but just what was the story? How did that even come to be?
I've been friends with this fellow that was friends with Muhammad since I was like 15. He's like an adult and much older and stuff, but saw that he'd been hanging out with Muhammad and stuff, and we became friends. That was like 15 years ago, and him and his brother bought all of Muhammad's gear.
He sold all his gear? Oh my god.
Most of it, right?
Yeah.
Muhammad still has his 2 falchions and stuff, but his Zyphoses and Stealth and stuff was all in the possession of my friends, and basically I was given the opportunity to have this in basically in an exchange for a trade of some recording and stuff like that. So I got it, like I didn't have to pay.
Dude.
Yeah.
With friends like these, man. Damn.
It was basically gifted to me, which is crazy. It's an honor. I wanted to buy this, and I want to buy Muhammad's Zyphos. I definitely want to have those, but this basically fell into my lap, and I'm here with it. I got it all tuned up from my luthier up here in town, and it's incredible. It's goofy, really weird guitar. It's got a Fender Stratocaster neck, and it's round as hell. It's really weird. The neck dive is beyond brutal. In an interview, Muhammad said that it was very difficult to kind of get to know it, but it became his favorite. So this thing was only used for like 10 months because it's an /05 USA custom shop, and then of course Ibanez came knocking on Muhammad's door on the first show they played in the US in San Francisco. And then so basically this is like a new guitar that's sat in a case since 2006.
Wow, dude, what a
Even when I was at my friend's house there, I was like, hey man, we should take a look at the battery, and the battery, fucking exploded and stuff. So, yeah, well, it's a 2006 battery, so.
Yeah, I'd like almost 20 years. So, but okay, so now when you're holding that guitar, does it inspire you? Do you feel some sort of like magic coming from the guitar? Like some instruments you pick up and it just sort of inspires you right away, or is the neck just like too kind of goofy and out there that it's sort of like cool to play, but you know what I mean? Does this guitar inspire you in any way when you pick it up?
It does. For sure. It plays real good. It's like it's amazing actually. Plays really good. A great quality instrument. There's definitely a magic in it now. But it just goes to show I'll never play like Muhammad just because I have his guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
But I view me having this like the same as how Jay Leno thinks about his cars and stuff. It's like it's not just you own it now. It's more of like you're the caretaker of it, and it's gonna have its journey throughout life and existence and stuff. And I'm the next caretaker of this. Muhammad was, then my friends were, and now I am.
Dude, sick.
And it's an inspiring guitar. Like I think I would track solos on it. Like it's a very nice neck.
Nice.
In terms of, like the way it feels. I know it's thick as hell, but it feels great.
Nice, bro. Oh, that's so cool. And I see you're also a fellow Jay Leno's garage enjoyer. Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got a picture with him actually.
No way.
At his garage.
In LA?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
How do you meet all these people, bro? You're just like the networker extraordinaire, man. Goddamn.
Man, I got lucky with that one. It was like a charity auction thing, and that was one of the prizes. And I got to go down there with a friend of mine.
Oh wow, that's cool. Okay, I'll move on to the next question here. I don't want to. Do you have like a time limit, by the way? So I know I got to get through some questions.
Like till 1:00.
Cool. Okay, so I think you told me you played the bass on this album. Did you?
Yeah, 100%.
When are we getting some bass playthroughs on your channel?
Oh, God.
I want to see you shred the bass on Dawn. That song has so many great bass flourishes and tapping moments. When are we seeing you play some bass, bro? Let's see it.
I don't even own a bass. I had to rent a bass for all that. Right? I rented a bass to write the album,
Yeah.
and then months later, when I was ready to record it, I rented a bass to record it. So I never had any time to practice on it. Like I literally rented it for 2 weeks, and I was like, "Hey, like game on! Like we have to do this in 2 weeks."
Well, that's certainly very impressive, man. Wow.
And if I'm gonna own a bass, it would either be an Ibanez Sound Gear or a Vigier bass. Basically, you will not see that until I own a bass. I'm not gonna rent a bass just to do content.
Well, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Totally. Okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah, I appreciate bass and I like writing it. It's a pain in my butt. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Like, yeah, I don't know if that guy is still selling his Vigier bass, but he wanted like $4,000 for it, or $5,000 for it. So I don't know. Yeah, you know.
I'd pay $2,500 to $5,000 for a Vigier, 100%. They're that good.
Damn, oh, I love it. Okay, so let's move on here. So, Blythe, the word Blythe, it's not just Gilbert Blythe from that kid's book. What was it called? That takes place like Nova Scotia.
Oh no, yeah, I had no idea.
Oh yeah, Anne of Green Gables. So yeah, Gilbert Blythe from Anne of Green Gables.
Oh,
so
no, I didn't even know that could have been a surname. I had no idea.
So that was the first time like I saw that title. I'm like, oh, interesting. I didn't even realize that it had like a meaning to it. So Blythe is defined as showing a casual and cheerful indifference or to be callous. So why did you pick this song title for that song? What does that mean to you in terms of the song and the lyrical content inside that song? By the way, I think it's my favorite song on the album. That chorus is just so sick. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, simple, right?
Yeah.
Like simple words and stuff, that's for sure. Because it's one. But so basically each song, so Dawn and Repose of the Soul, like track 1 and 8, they're the birth and the death of the human soul, right? But everything in between, all the other songs discuss like experiences and kind of emotions of life, right? So Blythe is basically something we all go through, because youthful carelessness, right?
Yes.
So yeah, and it was just like I kind of start off with the concept, and I look at like the thesaurus and dictionary and stuff, and then I try to find a word that is somewhat cool, somewhat metal, and then I can infuse that and kind of write based on that. That's how I write the songs. So,
very cool. Very cool.
I wanted to go based on the concept of kind of youthful carelessness and how that can affect one's life.
Fascinating, man. Fascinating. Okay. So yeah. I think it's my favorite song. I love that
Thanks.
track. What a great track.
Oh, by the way, all the songs were written sequentially. Like I wrote one song at a time. So Dawn's the earliest.
Oh, fascinating. Okay, so yeah, Repose of the Soul been the last one you wrote
Yeah,
then, hey?
yeah,
Oh,
that's
very
right.
cool. Oh yeah, a guy that says Anna Green Gables. Yeah, that was the thing. Okay, so
Yeah,
Fate's Mystery and Face Mystery. Now, listen to these songs. I actually sort of had like my own little epiphany. I'm like, hold on. To believe in fate, you kind of have to have faith. Like you can't really have one without the other in a sense.
yeah,
So I never really put those two together, and I'm sure they come from the same Latin root word, like fatus or something like that, whatever. But why did you choose to call those songs such similar titles and space them out? Well, now it makes sense, right? You know how you wrote them, but what made you put these two songs on the record and give them the same title, kind of? I call them like the Mystery Brothers,
yeah,
right? You have
totally.
the two mysteries. What do those two songs mean to you, and how is Faith's Mystery lyrically different from Fate's Mystery? Like what does those two songs mean to you?
Totally. So, firstly, of course, I wrote the songs, the music first. I never write lyrics first, so I wrote the music first, right? So
Yeah.
it turned out that I had an idea to have kind of these two songs have a musical similarity because Fate's Mystery, we've got like this halfway point where it just drones out in chords. You can hear this, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then right, and then it goes into this double time thing. It goes from chill and slow, half time to then double time.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
same thing. Excuse my playing, but
Oh,
so I was like, oh well, I've got two structures that are similar. They say the same thing, right? Like it's like a halfway point, and then it snaps into a double time and ramps up. It continues the story on. And then so I'm a big here's why they're called that. It's because I'm a huge fan of William Friedkin. William Friedkin is the director of The Exorcist, Sorcerer, French Connection, just legendary director. Like I very much am drawn to how he created movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, The Exorcist is about the mystery of faith. It's not a horror film. It's about the mystery of faith, which is
Interesting.
how it plays a role in our lives and how it can govern what we do and how we do things and what we believe in and how strongly we can feel about it. And then the movie Sorcerer, which he did a couple movies later, or rather, no, he did it right after Exorcist, is about the mystery of fate. That movie is about four guys that are from totally different parts of the world that all of a sudden get all brought together in a very dangerous situation, right? So the mystery of fate, where it discusses the idea that how fate plays a part in our lives and how you could be in perfect health and go walk into the street, get hit by a car. There's fate is just who knows, right? Just like
True,
Chuck
man.
Schuldiner fate. Right? You never would have expected that. So I was like, oh, well, this is perfect, right? Like the mystery of faith and the mystery of fate, I can just have it inspired by William Friedkin. And then I've got these two musical elements that I can combine together. And that's why those two songs are dedicated to that.
Fascinating, bro. Yeah, I had no idea. I haven't seen The Exorcist probably in like 15 years.
Oh, yeah. No, you watch interview. I've watched every interview possible of William Friedkin, and the way that he discusses art, the way he believes in art, and how he went through stories and stuff is just exactly how like Muhammad would have done it. Like it's, and also his mantra of he doesn't look for perfection in his films. He looks for spontaneity and a tone, and
Yeah.
that's why I don't in all my posts, in all my albums, in everything I never ever honor perfection. Like I'm not trying to provide perfection to you all, not at all. I'm trying to provide spontaneity and a feeling because that stuff carries through time. Perfection, it doesn't. It just it kind of takes the characteristic out of it.
For sure, man. As a wise person once said, perfection is the enemy of great.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Not perfect.
this guy just said either Blythe or Face Mystery have got to be my favorites. Great singles. All the songs slap though. So like you got another Blythe enjoyer in the chat.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a fun one. I like the solo a lot. Every song is fun to play, like excluding the fact that I wrote it. Like if I'm just a guy and I have the
Yeah,
tab up,
yeah.
it's fun to play. And
Well, yeah.
yeah.
It's like totally kind of like very bouncy and kind of like in a major key sometimes, which is very, very unique for this type of like tech death metal. But okay, let's keep moving on here. So let's talk about the vocals now. Before, right, on Shrieking Violet, I really liked your pop punk vocals with that style, especially the song Shrieking Violet's like, "What not to be somebody who mixes love with greed." Like that song just slaps, and bombastic as well. So, what sort of drove you to? I don't want to say like abandon that style because maybe you can come back to it at some point. But what drove you to do like a more traditional, death metal? Obviously, Mohammed Sweetmez inspired low vocals on the album here.
Repose the Soul was originally written to actually have melodic vocals.
Oh,
That's
really?
why
Really?
it has strong chord progressions, right? Faith's
I
Mystery.
see.
The chord progression of Faith's Mystery is. Where how's it go? Fuck.
First, I believe souls erase my anything. Yeah.
Those like it's all chords, right? That they're very melodic. So I wrote it originally for that, and then halfway through writing, I'm like, you know what? If I do melodic vocals again, it's going to age it immediately. It's going to make it appeal to kind of the younger crowd and stuff, and it's not going to transcend time as well. So I had to make it as abstract, or rather, I had to have the absence of kind of that youthful element to it, because pop punk is a genre stuck in a certain age range and a certain mentality.
Yeah, right? For sure.
So that immediately would put the expiry date stamp on it. I couldn't do that. So what I had done was I was like, hey, this has to have growls, and my growl, just how it's been since high school, it's just it's mid-low. Like I'm not a vocalist. Like I just do it to fill the job. People ask me about my vocals and stuff. I don't find that I'm a great vocalist. I'm just a guy that does it to fill the job. But I just recorded them. I decided to do growled vocals, and then it's just a one mic setup, and I did it all here. It was just like a little vocal kind of like shield, whatever it's called, isolation shield, and a pop filter, and one vocal, and there was no stacked vocals like how they do nowadays and stuff, and like especially in slam metal, like where there's like 5 freaking tracks. Just one track, that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think your vocals are very powerful on there, and I was gonna actually mention that as well. You hardly ever stack the vocals. I think there's like maybe like 1 or 2 moments. I think like end of the Repose of the Soul, you kind of stack at the end there. But yeah, very, very powerful, and I think not stacking your vocals in like, multiple layers really enables you to have great clarity and diction in the vocals. Like you can understand most of the words that you're saying, which for a lot of other vocalists in like the mid lows that you can't really say the same. There's a lot of bands where I listen to them and I just have no clue what the guy is saying. And I'm like a vocalist myself. I listen to this stuff all the time. And even I can't understand it. So I got to say your vocals are very, very clear. And I just want to answer this guy's one question here. So the Cryptic Stench, you can buy the tabs for this album on his website, as well as some t-shirts. So go check that out. Fayencestream.shop, is it right?
Yeah, it's like fanstream.myshopify.com. But if on my, I know who you're talking about. He's been commenting a lot, so thanks, man. On my Instagram, like link in bio, right? It's got him right there. So that's your best shot there.
Ethan says, "Yo, 2 goats, bro. Come on, I'm not a goat. This guy, this is like a peewee player and an NHLer here in terms of like guitar playing. So
I'm just a guy trying to make good stuff, because there's 2 things that succeed us: our kids and our art. That's it.
True. That's true, man. And I guess I had just like a follow-up question to that. I've heard you in some of your shorts do different types of screams. Like you've done like the Sound of Perseverance type of screams, symbolic style. And that sounds really good. What sort of drove you to just sort of stay in that mid-low? Is that just where you're more comfortable? Or is that just like a direct sort of homage to Muhammad? Because, right, I think the only time... I think there's like 2 moments where you layer like a mid-scream in it, but it's sort of like buried in the mix. End of Repose of the Soul. And I think in Face Mystery, I think maybe, or was it in a Whitened Sepulchre?
I harmonized at the end of a Whited Sepulchre
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
he into or Dawn into a Whited
Yes,
Sepulchre.
yes, yeah. When
Both of
the
those are
fades.
really inspired by Chuck did that quite a bit on Spiritual Healing and Human, where he did like a vocal like crescendo and then fades out into another song. That's where that comes from.
Ah, very, very cool, very cool. I love it. I love it.
But
All
yeah,
right.
no, the reason why I didn't do high vocals as like a feature is because low mid range vocals are very streamlined through the mix, and it does.
Yes.
And again, it's not a vocal performance album; it's a guitar drums performance album. I wanted to have the vocals be there, but not be a feature.
Yes. Yeah. Totally, bro. Totally, bro. And I think we talked about this in the Stab Wound video, right? You know, if you sort of like look at the mix sandwich, right? You got the drums, bass, then vocals, and then the guitars are sort of occupying all of like the high end frequency
Yeah.
spectrum. Whereas I guess if you have like high vocals, then it can sort of interfere with the clarity of the guitar. So yeah, very, very cool. Very cool.
It doesn't work with that. And firstly, all credit goes to Christoph Brandes, who mixed and mastered and produced, the Necrophages material, all those albums, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I worked with him on this,
Oh,
and it was awesome because I could reference. I was like, hey, what did you do in Epitaph? What did you do here? How'd you do this? So originally, the vocals on this album actually sounded like Epitaph vocals, and I said, no, I want it more raw, like on-set vocals. So when you work with a genius like Christoph, he's able to, make stuff happen and also make
Yeah.
it sound natural.
Oh, dude, that's sick. I love it, and I love those little flourishes of, you hear it all the time, especially on the two Necrophagus records. The delay, right? The sort of very specific use of delay echoing out into a different part of the vocals. Very, very cool, right? I love those parts. It always just gives such a just like little pieces of ear candy, I guess you could say. Very, very nice.
No, exactly.
All right, okay. So the next one here. I wrote this one trying to verbatim because I'm going to try to repeat it here. So this album to me is very unique and courageous. You don't really ever hear tech death done in this style, and we sort of talked about this earlier. Most tech death is very, I almost want to say very dissonant as well as shreddy and very, very loud, like you said, in the mix, and very, very just dense. There's just a lot of stuff going on at all times.
Yeah.
Right, like I said, as soon as like the next song plays and it takes me to some different tech death band, I immediately just hear it. I'm like, whoa, like yeah, like you said. So, what was the inspiration to give this sort of like the major feel with the very spacious mix and the very just like lush chords and stuff like that, like in Acquiescence in the verse with those ringing out arpeggios. Like, where does all this inspiration come from? Are you just coming up with this, or are you taking this from a band? Like how do you write these riffs, I guess, is where I'm getting to. Like, are you just sitting there in Guitar Pro with a guitar in your lap? This sounds cool. Yeah, like, what's your process for this? Because, yeah, I love the album. I love all these riffs. They sound so cool. Yeah, I just want to pick your brain here. Like, how are you coming up with these riffs?
Totally. So, firstly, yeah, like the melodic aspect of it hasn't really been done before in tech death because people think that techno death metal fits in only this. Like that's
yeah, like the Phrygian sound and
it's all just
yeah.
that. But like it's kind of that kind of stuff is completely uncharted territory. It's all mine. I had the world of opportunity for it. It just hadn't been done because melodeath and metalcore is way darker. It's like a dark melody. It's a brooding melody, right? It's like
yes, man, yeah.
Like it's a darker, different kind of melody. Mine is literally like above water kind of Blink-182 style melody. That's just how my mind knows melody, right? I know it based on Blink-182. I know it based on Owl City. So when I try to write something melodic, it comes out like that. It's just an authentic representation of my artistic style. And so on the riffing and stuff, frick, yeah. So I had Guitar Pro, of course, for it, and I would try to, I just write one guitar, and I write the whole song on the guitar, and I just try to figure out like, what are some like, I guess what's a chord progression like, at least how I did this album, which was like,
yeah.
Okay, how do I as interesting as possible when I was like, well, I know that I can go, I can just fit in like kind of
Yeah.
features, I guess, right? And so that's how it's created. And some of them turn out great, some of them don't, but um, it just comes out of me, I guess. I don't know, frick. Like the most cut and dry way I can say it is that I choose a chord progression, and then I know the notes and also off-colored notes inside that I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
use
yeah. Like, yeah.
into something interesting. Like that's Faith Mystery when it goes double time.
Yeah, very, very cool, man. Yeah, like now I'm totally seeing this now. You sort of write riffs and chord progressions, not just riffs that sort of just stay on like the root or the key.
Like tech death riffs, I find go nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
It's just so awesomely technical and complicated, and it's just it's just I don't know. It's just that doesn't like get me out of bed, you know?
That's a great way to put it. Get me out of bed.
Yeah.
That's a very Canadian way to say that. That's a very Canadian way. Yeah, totally, bro. Yeah, I love it. The chord progressions. I think a lot of that is like missing from a lot of metal nowadays, right? It's all just dissonance and just try to be as heavy and as just dissonant as possible, man. And like we're missing the beauty in a lot of these things. Like sure, you might have like one beautiful part, but where are the riffs with the beauty? You know what I mean?
Like Chuck really nailed down that like it's not like well he basically invented melodeath, but like Chuck's melodies. That's like a mixture of dissonant plus awesomely melodic, and then of course like that kind of stuff just hits your soul, man. Like it's amazing.
Oh yeah, man. Absolutely.
And but my vision for melody is different than Chuck's, and it's different than Muhammad's. It's a lot more bubblegummy, you know. It's different. Like in Ignominious Impale by Necrophages, there's a lot of melody in there if it's really slow. It's very classical-ish, but it's not like
yeah, harmonic minor scale, yeah.
So melody presented is just how someone thinks about it, right? And I think of melody different than most tech death or most death metal guys.
Well, I love it, man. Like, you're sort of taking like the pop punk chord progressions and like incorporating them into tech death, and I think it's just so cool. It sort of reminds me like if you took, the part the part of. Why am I blanking on the song name? Oh my goodness. Hold on, I'll give you a sec. The end song of Onset of Putrefaction.
Oh, the
yeah, in fermented awful discharge, right at the solo where it sort of becomes like major key for a little bit. It's sort of like you took that idea and just expanded it to a whole album. Or not major key. Yeah, it's really, really cool, and that's what I love. Yes, that's the riff. That's the riff, man. Yeah.
That's kind of that darker, brooding melody, but it's still melody, right?
Yes.
It's not just, like Foul Body Autopsy's backing is. That's metal, very, very. We've heard it before, kind of stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Okay. So I got a few more here, and then maybe we'll see if anybody else has any questions for you. Okay, I'm looking through. You answered so many of these. Okay, yeah. So, what was your songwriting process? You said riffs first, basically. Okay, what is your favorite song on the record? If you had to, Acquiescence. Yeah, it's a banger.
That one is my Ignominious Impale, this is actually the Ignominious Impale shirt. So the point of that one is it's so when I learned Epitaph like from the tab book, I like totally like it shows the full brain power of that freaking guy, right? So that when you like learn how to play these songs like Acquiescence or something, you'll see what's really going on. And I tried to make it as rich as possible, even though it's just two guitars. So that one is the most thoughtful, best melody, best everything in my opinion. It's just like that's the best thing to showcase what this album is about.
Oh, excellent. 100%. Acquiescence, it's a banger too. I love it.
Thank you, yeah. And it's like I forget what the musical term is, but again, technical music needs to give space and breathing. It needs to slow down and needs to speed up. Yeah, because if it's all
Dynamics,
fast,
bro. Dynamics.
so it slows down to halftime, and then it goes into triplet eighths. How do I even play this song? Anyway, right? And then it goes into double time, eighth notes. And you could probably hear
I love that part.
Those three variations were very similar. That comes from Ignominious and Pale. Like, I didn't even notice that, but on Muhammad's, on the right earphone, after the solo, it plays this, 3 different speeds. And then the counterpoint is what makes it feel richer, and that's what I did with the Acquiescence. Is that the right earphone in that case it gives depth to it.
Dude, absolutely. And that sort of brings me to my next question. You know, we talked about this in the Stab Wound video as well. The use of counterpoint. If like you have the 2 guitars hard panned in the earphones, right? And if you listen to it, there's a lot of times where they're playing very similar things. And right near the end of the phrase, you'll have the one guitar sort of slow down, go like, while the other one's still playing the normal phrasing. How do you come up with things like that? Is that just experimentation in Guitar Pro, like moving the notes around? Or where does the inspiration even come to that? That's like, it's just so cool to me to write counterpoint like that. Where does that come from?
Well, I write music similar to how Chuck and Muhammad did. So those 2 were not academic theory people. They're just smart, and they knew how melody worked. So I do the same. I'm not like academic with my stuff. Like, I don't like know theory to the point of like really explaining what I'm doing. So I'll have my main riff, and then I understand how intervals work and stuff. So I'll be able to like test out. Okay, well, maybe if I kind of follow it really closely here for 2 bars, and then I stray away to something else. Like, for example, in Acquiescence, before it goes into the chorus, it goes one guitar goes, and then the other guitar is going.
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah.
That creates a bounce back effect, right? It's like, but right? So I just like to. It depends on the kind of separation and depth I'm looking for, and I just understand how to write some kind of seemingly random riff, but it links in together. Dude. A little bit by feel, to be honest.
Dude, love it. Yeah, it's sort of like, how do you explain that? Yeah.
Of course, allows you to test it real time.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Chuck didn't have that luxury. He had to like record it on tape or something like that.
Sure,
then, like there was none of that kind of stuff back then.
It's crazy to think like what could these guys do with like modern technology. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of blows your mind.
Chuck's he was a genius in like his ways and stuff like that. Muhammad's like a high IQ genius, like ultra high IQ.
Yes. Okay, I got 2 more. Well, 3 more, but they're 2 are kind of related. For you here, and then and then if you guys in the chat have any questions, please leave them here.
I'm good to go like another 10 minutes after. Like, don't worry.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, cool. Okay, so we hear 2 very classical sounding passages on this album. The first one in Faith's Mystery.
Yeah.
That one sounds to be very inspired by Moonlight Sonata. Am I wrong on that one? I think.
To be honest, I'm not even sure what's inspired by. I just like. So instead of doing a traditional guitar solo, I was like, I'm just gonna throw a classical piece in the middle of it, and it's like a Fayence Dream Concerto or whatever the frick you want to call it, or I forget what it's called when you do like whatever.
You could call them like a Baroque down, bro, instead of a breakdown.
I like that. That's good. A Baroque down. That's good. I like that. Frick, I hope trademark that.
You should.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I love classical music. I think it needs like an actual classical movement inside of it versus it being just some typical guitar solo. It's not from anything except for this one piece where it goes. That's for Elise kind of style.
Ah, that was for Elise. Okay, yeah, totally. I knew it was like some sort of Beethoven.
All that kind of stuff is it's open source, right? It's older than 1923, so it's just fair game. You can just take it.
Nice. And then the end part of Repose of the Soul.
Yeah.
Very, very sort of like Yngwie Malmsteen-esque is what I hear a lot there. Sort of maybe something you would hear on like what was it, Trilogy Suite #3 off of like Trilogy or something like that, or maybe a Black Star. When are you
There.
playing some Ingve on your channel, bro? I want to see you shout some Ingve.
I like Ingve's noodling. I actually freaking hate his compositions. I think they're garbage. Now, obviously, he's Ingve Malmsteen. I love his technique. I love
Yeah,
his
yeah.
style. His songs, I like can't stand power metal. Like I can't stand it. So and again, that's just a subjective thing. Don't worry about it. But I don't like any of Ingve's music like at all. Like I like all of his shredding and his clinics. I love that stuff and just his technique and how he makes classical music and stuff. When he's just riffing around, it's perfect. When he puts in a song, can't stand it. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
totally fair enough, bro.
Not a different opinion. And so what that last part is, so two things. Obviously, I liked what Muhammad did in Only Ash Remains, which he put Prokiev's Romeo and Juliet inside of Only Ash Remains because Only Ash Remains is basically about Romeo and Juliet. It's like Only Ash Remains after they both kill each other.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Fascinating. I had no
Right.
clue. Interesting. Very, very, very cool.
Right. So that's why it's not randomly in there for no reason. It's in there because the lyrical content is about, there's nothing left. It's all gutted, and that's what happened in Romeo and Juliet. What I did was Repose of the Soul is named that because if you type in Lacrimosa by Mozart, that's Mozart's last piece, like all of Requiem basically. But that movement, it was like the last piece he made before he died, and if you type in like what is Lacrimosa about and what is Requiem, the whole piece about, it's about the repose of the souls of the dead. It's for a mass. So,
Wow, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, Repose
Very,
the
very
Soul.
cool.
Yeah, Repose the Soul. I saw that. I was like, oh man, that's an album name, 100%. Right. So Repose of the Soul, and I ended it with basically it's basically a eulogy lyrically, right? It's like a funeral.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then Mozart passed away, and that right there and lyrically is about the death of someone who inspired a lot of people, right? And then it's basically my rendition of it, and so I had basically there's two guitars. One guitar does like the chords. I forget how they go. It's like D standard. It's like in drop D or something, whatever it goes, and then of course the. How do I play this? I just session musician this whole thing. I can't play my stuff.
Don't worry, don't worry. As soon as the camera's on, everyone forgets how to play. It's okay.
Yeah, let's go. What? Okay, now I got it in my head here. Right, it's just doing that whole thing. And Hannes Grossman is what made that sound amazing. His drumming on it.
Yes.
There was zero revisions for that song. He sent that back to me, like how the drums like evolve and stuff. It was it. I didn't have to be like, okay, change this. He did it in one go. It was perfect.
Wow.
So that goes up to Hannes too. He made that part sound great.
It's crazy. We didn't even talk about Hannes the whole time here. I guess real quick, did you write the drum parts and then send them to him and then he just performed them and changed them, or how did that work?
I'm not like Muhammad where I'm not as smart as him. Like I can't make percussion that good. I can make percussion like on my previous stuff. I programmed all the drums there, but just like how William Friedkin, who I talked about, that director, what he would do is he wouldn't have auditions for actors. He would have like lunch with them, and all he would do is look for their instincts and their spontaneity and make sure that they're on the same page. And all I did with Hannes was I had a couple parts where I was like, I'd like you to do this kind of blast here and there, whatever,
for sure.
But I just had one Skype call with him, and I just said, I'm looking for your spontaneity and your instincts, and I trust your instincts, and I want to make sure we're on the same page. I told him what I want, and he gave me, I think, 5 or 6 songs in 0 revisions. 0.
What a giga Chad, man! Damn.
Yeah, no, him and I have we speak the same language, because Muhammad never let Hannes do any of his own drumming, really. All of Necrophagus is completely composed by Muhammad, excluding some bass solos that are on Staboo, and then of course Christian solos. But there was a lot of guidance from Muhammad. If you take a listen to Cosmogenesis solos, they don't sound anything like Epitaph solos, and I don't think they're as good because Muhammad was there making sure it's on track. Anyways.
That makes sense to me.
Hannes is great. it's just absolutely incredible. I'm so lucky that I could have worked with him. I've known him since I was 16.
Yeah, dude. Well, he did an absolutely fantastic job. Like you said, some like really, really great drumming. And again, like the drum sounds sound just great. Like very human, not compressed, very organic sounding again, just like the guitars. So yeah, huge
Yeah.
props to both you guys for that performance here. And so I got two more questions for you, bro. Any chance playing any of this stuff live? I will definitely drive down to Calgary to come see you play live. Any chance of this happening at all?
I I don't like being out late. I don't drink alcohol. I don't like being out in loud environments and stuff. So I'm not a
Me
big
too,
fan of
bro.
that.
Goddamn.
Right there you go. Right. So like basically touring sounds like hell to me. Like there's like there's no money in it. Right. You're a traveling t-shirt salesman.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, touring is amazing and you get to connect with people and like they get to see you and stuff, which is really cool. But nowadays I can just stay at the comfort of my home and like and communicate through everyone like this and stuff without having to uproot my life. Here's where I would do it though. If I was throwing a great budget and I was working with like Hannes and maybe someone else,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a great there, and there was good budget, proper touring and stuff, not lugging my own shit around, like a proper tour, then yeah, but like the chance of that happening are nothing. You got to work your way up to that kind of stuff. Um, the closest thing to live that you'd ever see me do is doing that busking at the Stampede. But again, I'm not going to say never. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I just that life's just not for me. I just don't think it is, man. Yeah.
Dude, I feel you, man. Like, even just playing, local shows around Edmonton here. Like, I don't drink either, bro. And you're just out late, and it's like, some guy's trying to talk to you, and he's just hammered, and you're just like, bro, shut up. It's like, yeah, it's just, ugh, bro.
If I'm away from my bed after 9, I'm like, get me home. Like obviously, you know what I mean. I'm just like a baby. I just can't. I don't know. It's just like, and that's one of the reasons Muhammad was over with Necrophagus is because there's no money in it. The touring uproots your life.
Yeah, yeah.
It didn't outweigh it for him in terms of like the risk versus reward and stuff. And for me, yeah, I like my home life. So unfortunately, no, there's a low chance of a proper live show. And if I'm going to do live, it's going to be like a full band, like not just like drum track stuff. I don't think so. Yeah. Unfortunate.
Well,
I'll let you know.
Yeah, if you ever do anything like that, bro, because I'll definitely come down for sure. And then the next question, I guess. New stuff. I know it's just been released, but I'm sure you're a very prolific guy, playing guitar all the time. Is anything written? Is there any sort of, can we expect a new album 2 years from now? I know it's hard to say all this stuff, but.
So nothing's been written, but it's going to be a 6-string album again, and then the one after that will be a 7-string album.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. On the 7-string stealth, hey?
Yeah. No,
Nice.
I'm actually probably going to sell that. Yeah. Because I think I'm going to buy Muhammad Zyphos here in the next year.
His 7-string Zyphos?
And one, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
Someone else that needs that needs to have it. I'm just having it just to have it. I've got the stealth that I need and want anyway. So there's nothing written, but it's going to be darker. It's going to be faster, and it's going to be even more thoughtful. And when the time is right, I'll start writing that stuff. But like Repose the Soul took a year, like almost Repose the Soul took like 5 months to write, a year to rehearse, and 2 years to finance it. Because I paid for everything myself, right?
Yeah, that's probably the most impressive part, man. But yeah, that's like all my questions here. You answered a ton of them just through like other questions too. So I just want to thank you for your time, and maybe we'll turn to the chat here. Any of you guys? Sorry, I'm looking at the chat over here. Any of you guys, have any questions for Fayence stream here? Please let them know. And yeah, bro, like I don't know, man, just like great album, man. You did absolutely fantastic. And I just want to say, if any of you guys are looking for guitar lessons, hit him up. My guitar skills have improved dramatically in like the 4 months, I think 4 months or so since I've been taking lessons with you. Yeah, truly, bro. Like, yeah. Go hang out with this guy.
Best job in the whole world to be able to just talk about Necrophagus all day. Best job in the world.
Do the Picts have modern day relatives? Are you talking about like the Picts in Scotland, bro? I'm pretty sure that would just still be the modern Scottish people. Probably just I don't know. I don't know what this guy answered. We're talking about like genetics here now. We're talking about metal here, bro.
Oh yeah, I don't.
But yeah, man, I like, yeah, I don't know. If you gotta go, you gotta go. But if you just want to hang
Oh,
out
no,
for a little
I'm
bit,
good. I'm good. Here, let's see if there's anyone on my end here. Do a live guitar sync band for tour dates. Yeah, I'm just mentioning that now. I probably won't be touring and stuff. Yeah, if you guys have any questions on here, let me know. But yeah, if there's any questions, like just yeah, I'm good. Don't worry.
yeah,
Uh, keep your timing and vocals. Do you keep your timing and do vocals like your example, like Luminous and Pale? What? Uh, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you clarify again? Sorry, what were you saying, Chris?
well, I think he was just saying, how do you like practice singing and playing stuff on time? And like the only way to do that is just to do it, man. There's no other way. You just have to do it.
You have to find which vowel and which syllable hits on a pick strike. So, incarceration of personality.
Yeah, yeah.
And I couldn't sing "Smells like Teen Spirit" and play like before. No way. So I had to build this skill from the ground up. Any merch aside from hoodies? What's up, Jaden? Um, I'm yes soon. I just have to figure out some art file stuff because I'm gonna switch my merch to being print on demand. It's just too expensive to front thousands of dollars for
Yeah. Oh
shipment,
yeah, man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
So
This
the hoodie
guy's.
is already
Sorry. Go ahead.
anyway,
No, you go ahead, bro. You go ahead.
we're good.
Okay. So this guy asks, what advice would you have for an aspiring guitarist who wants to write tech death, want to form a band, but there's not much going on in Southern Ontario? I think, man, like I'll give you my opinion on this. You gotta get, if you don't have many musicians around you, you gotta start wearing many hats. Learn vocals, learn how to program drums really well. There's a lot of really good like drum VSTs out there that sound pretty good, especially if you get good at like humanizing drums. Yeah, man, you just gotta start wearing lots of hats. But Brandon, any input on that?
Yeah, make whatever instrument that you're dedicated to, make it feel like breathing to you. Like you want to be that natural at it, right? And you have to have a long-term investment look at it. It's something that is built over a really long time. And in terms of the full round package, yeah, just watch tons of drum cam videos and study them. You need to study things. Like you need to like
Yes, man. Yeah.
not just watch videos, but you need to be like over and over, like extreme repetition. This is something that I really enjoy in my life. You have to have that. You have to be able to study stuff, study drum cams, study how percussion works, study the best, fuck the rest.
That's right, man. I feel like yeah, we had two separate paths, but we sort of like met at the same time. You started posting content. I was sort of like studying Chuck stuff, and it sort of kind of like met in the middle. And it's like, yeah, you just have to study the best. Like I was joking with like my chat earlier, and I said like that chart I made of like the death song structure, that like picture where it says like, okay, like intro verse 1 or intro riff 1, riff 2, riff 3. That's like my contribution to the metal community there. Like study him. How does he structure his songs? Why are they so good? Why do I like to listen to them over and over and over again? Right? It's because of the structure. And when you listen to a lot of Necrophagia stuff, especially on Epitaph, they're structured in a very similar way. As well as on Repose of the Soul, you did a lot of that same sort of structure, right? Repeat stuff twice in a sort of like almost linear fashion. Yeah. Study the best,
Yeah.
fuck the rest.
I also am a huge Max Martin fan, and Max Martin is the guy that wrote all the Backstreet Boys stuff, all of Britney Spears' stuff, all of every pop act ever. He's a metalhead genius, and
Is he a
he's
metalhead?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, he's
Really?
like this metalhead guy from Sweden. He's the reason for amazing songwriting. But anyways, melodies, hooks, things that you remember. Again, tech death. I think it doesn't need to be how it is in its modern form, which is this overly fatiguing, hyper complicated music. I think the lineage of death and necrophagus is something that needs to be carried on. It hasn't really carried on since. In my opinion.
Totally. When I think back to all like the tech death that I've listened to over the years, besides like Necrophagus, there's like some from Archspire. They're double, they go like double squealies, they go like "Ew, ew, ew," like some random points in their song. I really like that. And then the one lead on, I forget which song it is on, Planetary Duality by the Face. It's like those are like the two hooks that really stand out for me. And then everything else is just sort of like a miasma of like notes and blast beats. I'm like, what is even going on? You know what I mean?
Totally. Totally, man. Yeah, no, there's been a lot of awesome technical bands that come out that have carved their own path and stuff. Like Faceless or Legendary, Arsis, Archfire's the number one, right now and stuff. But yeah, I just don't think that the lineage between Chuck Muhammad has been carried on yet, in my opinion. I hope to do it, but I have no idea. That's all up to you guys.
Yes.
Not my thing, right? I'm just here to present the best art to you in my lifetime.
Bro, you got to check out Winter Sun, man. I hear a lot of Necrophagist.
They're so sick. Absolutely amazing quality music. Dissection. Dissection is basically the death of black metal, actually. So in the black metal world,
yes.
amazing quality music that hasn't been achieved since.
And another guy passed away young, or like left the music scene young. You know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah,
stars that burn bright. That old saying. This guy asks your favorite song off Onset.
Correct. I think it's Intestinal Incubation. Yeah.
That's a good
I love
one.
that. That was the first Necrophagist song I ever learned. Yeah. Yeah, that was that was the one. I love it. I think it's really cool. Thematically has it has a lot of great special features of it. That's a special feature. Like people remember that from that's a hook, right?
Yes.
So those moments and stuff that are ear candy, to people. That's the stuff you want to stay close to.
I love that part too, where they harmonize the squealies. Right, he goes din 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 din, and the other one's doing like a thirds, so like the fourths.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sick. That's the stuff you remember. I think I'll have to go with Extreme Unction off of Onset. So groovy, bro.
That's my favorite to play on the record. So sick.
Yeah, bro. All right. Yeah. If you gotta go, don't feel like you gotta hang out here.
I'm good. I'm good for a little bit. Don't worry.
Okay. If you could just hold on, I really just have to use the washroom. I'll be just right back.
I'll play some.
I got a small bladder. Yeah. Just play some riffs with these guys. Yeah, hell yeah. That sounds good. Another question I had asked you, and I saw in the mirror. Album art. What was the inspiration here? It looks like a hand coming out of like the void, grabbing like a stained glass window. Like I don't know if you ever seen like the Hagia Sophia Church. What used to be a church is now a mosque in like Turkey, one of the most beautiful Roman buildings. It sort of has that same sort of the dome shape to it. Of like that's sort of what this thing here reminds me of, like a dome with the stained glass in the middle. Yeah, what does the album art represent to you?
I've been using an artist for a couple albums. Shrinking Violet, the gal that did Shrinking Violet, her name's Alexandra. She's from, I think, Ukraine, Poland, something like that.
Yeah.
I just scrolled through her catalog on her Instagram, and I was like, which one feels like Repose the Soul, And I was like, that's the one. And the reason why, I guess if I was to make up something, right, and it actually kind of works too. I think I was instinctually drawn to it because, that's perhaps maybe like, the hand of, the universe or God or whatever like that, kind of touching something that is very diverse and unique. And basically that circle there is characteristic of a soul, right? Like, so that's like the hand of God touching a soul.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I think it's a great cover. I also like the way you released your singles, like zoomed in parts of the art. I thought that was very cool. Sort of gave like a taste. Yeah.
It's a cost-effective way.
Absolutely. That's what I keep telling my bandmates too. We have art. Let's just zoom in. You know what I mean? Anyways, this guy asks, any idea when you're getting your signature guitar?
Yeah, it'll be here first week of April.
Ooh.
It'll be an abhorrent guitar. It'll be a signature. And I haven't ever played any of their stuff before, so I have like, if I like it, which of course I probably will, then I 100% want to strike a deal with them where it's just like this thing's for sale. It's not dumbed down, like so it's not going to be like a $2,000 guitar. It's not going to be a $1,000 guitar. It's going to be like thousands of dollars. But I'd rather have something that is proper and authentic and identical to what I use versus it being some cheapo, thing that is just there for me to collect a paycheck. I want it like
of course.
Like I want it to be the same thing. I don't need to have it outsourced to China.
Absolutely, quality instruments, right? It's there's something to be said.
Awesome. Like it is completely to my specification. Everything is hand drawn. It's going to be like, to get too nerdy about it, but it's going to have elements of Ibanez gems in there. It's going to have Ibanez Falcon kind of vibes. It's going to have Zyphil stuff in it. It's going to have everything is quirky to how I want things. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait.
Ibanez has to bring back the Falcon shapes though. All those like X series right around like 2010 they released all those. Bring those back, man.
That's Muhammad's design. I don't think they can.
Oh really?
Yeah, Muhammad drew that. They wouldn't let him talk about it though. Yeah, Muhammad was just fucked over the industry like through and through. No, he drew that. That's his design. That's why he was so passionate about it. But of course, he quit his career after that.
The more you talk about this, the more it almost seems like we're entering like a different, almost sort of like golden age of metal. The fact that you can just like, release music that you recorded in your closet, like you said, right? That's how you set up your amp, right in your closet. And you could never, ever tell that it was set up like that. Seems like we're kind of entering like a golden age where you don't need to go, break your body, break your soul on tour to release cool music, to have a following, to get your art out there, right? How else would you get your art out there back in the days before like, YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that? You'd have to go out there and tour and, break yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to play shows. I don't have to do that. People get to see me more now, that I'm not doing shows, right? So, yeah, no. And I remember that Onset and Epitaph were recorded basically the same way I did it. They were recorded in a in a basement of a school, and with the same conditions. It's just not a studio. It's just a computer and a proper amplifier, and I recorded it basically identical to how Epitaph was recorded. There's no DI. There's no technology aids or whatever you want to call it, so that it's quantized perfectly. None of that stuff. It was recorded with an amp, mic'd up, and it took forever to record. It took thousands of hours. Thousands
of hours. Damn, man, so impressive.
It took forever.
So
but it's not as perfect as Necrophagus. So basically, what I recorded things in phrases such as sorry. Whereas Epitaph was like this, like really, really short, really short.
Really?
Like it wasn't. It was like it was recorded like that, punched in real tight. That's why it's perfect. But it's not perfect because it was dragged and edited.
I see.
It's perfect because they were able to manage their inputs very tight. And on Faith's Mystery, when it goes like this, I recorded it just like Epitaph there. I did it like this. That's why it sounds so perfect and so tight, is because I punched in real tight there. I wasn't super crazy on that, but now that Christoph said that that's how Epitaph was done, the next album's going to be even tighter.
Damn.
Again, no DI.
I can't imagine just how tedious that would have been for those guys to do that. Crazy. This guy just asks, this is going to stay on the channel. Yeah, the whole thing will be stay up live, and then I'll probably edit another version, post it on YouTube. If that's all right with you.
100%.
Dude, yeah, like you said, that's just crazy, man. I can't even imagine punching in seconds at a time.
Yeah, well, no, it took
crazy.
Forever. It took them forever. and Muhammad is an actual perfectionist, so it would have been a pretty awful experience, to be honest. It would have been awful. Yeah, yeah. Now Muhammad recorded 3 of the songs on his own completely, like guitar wise.
Yeah,
So that, but and you can tell because Muhammad's on the right, Christian's on the left, and you can tell on Stab Wound, you can tell on Diminished to Be that Muhammad is a better player.
yeah. Interesting. So Brent asks, do you plan on collaborating with any other tech death musicians on future records? Is Hannes going to be drumming on those as well? So I guess, any other tech death musicians that you might be friends with somehow, all these guys,
Yeah, no, I love Hannes so much. I love working with him again. Our instincts are very aligned, right? So
Yeah.
it's so effortless to work with him. If I had just a little more of a budget, I'd like to do a whole album with George Collias.
Of Nile. Yeah.
Yeah,
Another Greek boy.
yeah, that's right.
Shout
Exactly.
out to all
There
my
you go.
Greek boys. I know I
Yeah,
don't look
that's right.
Greek, but my grandfather was born in Greece, so I got a special place for all the Greek guys.
George is, I got a connection through George through my friends and stuff, so I could get him to do the drumming and stuff. But again, I just love the feel that Hannes has. Like I like what I like. I don't like to stray from it. Hannes's instincts and his attack is precisely what I'm looking for.
Yeah, dude, love it.
And then other guys know, like I'm not. I don't think I'd get Christian again on like doing guest solos and stuff in the next one. If I can, maybe I'd get Andy LaRock actually, if I could.
Oh,
So
dude, yeah, I get some individual thought patterns kind of vibes going there. King Diamond.
I'm not big on collab. That's why I didn't state featuring Faith's Mystery featuring Christian Wensner. Keep it clean, right? People know. I'll explain it to them.
Yeah. So true. It's like they didn't put featuring Andy LaRock on all the
Just got a
songs.
question about working with your own from Obscura or like whatever band he's from now. No, I wouldn't work with him, but I've got a connection through Hannes with Linus Klausnitzer. Yeah, I've met Linus before. He's a great bass player. So if I wanted to outsource my bass, I would do that. But again, like I don't want to spend like the album costed over $10,000 to make. Right, it's a lot of money. So
Yeah.
right, it's done right. It's done extremely effectively, and cheap, but it still costs over $10,000. So if I did bass, it'd cost like 15 grand. It'd be just too much.
Crazy. Was he the guy, the original Obscura bassist with the 6-string fretless? Was he that guy?
And Linus is Omnibium's bass player.
Very cool. This guy asks, a Fayence and Kevin Heydrich collab would be sick as fuck too. I don't know who that is, to be honest with you.
Kevin Heydrich is amazing. He's like, I've never seen anyone pick as good as him. I don't know. I don't think I could keep up with him. Like he's just so incredible. But I don't know. Probably not, just because I don't know. Like again, I have to be emotionally connected to want to work with someone. And I'm only emotionally connected with Hannes.
Well, that makes total sense to me, right? You got to play with like who you vibe with as well, right? That's why like playing in like a live band setting, right? It's not who's just the best musician, right? It's who can you get along with. It's who can you vibe with. Who shares your same musical vision, right? You could hire, the next drumming prodigy, right?
Here, I'll say this: if I wanted it done like Epitaph, where I do one side and then someone else does another, I would hire Kevin Heydrich 100,000%. Because I know that I'll get an excellent performance, like beyond excellent. Because you always want to work with people that are way better than you, and he's way better than me, way better.
It's hard to believe, bro. It's hard to believe. This guy asks, how did Fayence start playing guitar? I assume, yeah. How did you pick up the instrument? What drew you to the guitar? I knew you said like Randy Rhoads.
My brother had it in the house and stuff like that, and like I could play like a little bit of Blink-182 in like 2007 or something like that, but basically put it till summer 2009, and then at our school talent show in the 9th grade, some kid that like I like him now, but like I didn't really like him at the time. He played a Judas Priest song, and then he threw in that Metallica's One solo.
Oh,
it looks flat. He was tapping. And I was like, fuck this guy, and I went home and played guitar, and here I am.
What a great origin story.
Yeah, it's kind of like Ferruccio Lamborghini style, like fuck this Ferrari guy, I'm gonna make my own cars.
I love it. Yeah, that's a great movie too, or great story as well. The Ferruccio Lamborghini. You know, but like, you know, the current state of Lamborghini. You know, I don't know.
It's all just Audi S4s. It's just rebodied S4s.
Rebodied S4s.
You know what I mean? Like it's all I don't know. It's all homogenized. I don't like it.
Yeah, my you know, my same cousin who has all the Porsche GT3s. He bought a Lamborghini. What's the one that's not like the Aventador, but like the entry
That
model
thing's
one?
yeah.
What's the other,
Huracan
what's that
beast.
one called? Oh yeah, the Huracan. Yeah, he bought one and he's just like, yeah, this thing sucks compared to the Porsches.
Damn. And of course, they're more money too. Damn. That's interesting.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
ended up selling it and just it got another GT3. And here I am driving like a $4,500 3 Series.
Hey man, it's all good, man. It's all whatever you're passionate about. Doesn't matter at all. I love my Toyota. I'm just stoked on that. You know, maybe one day I'll be able to have that fancy stuff. But yeah, I like stocks more.
Yeah, I think, you know, yeah, you and I, we kind of, you know, we like the type of music that's, you know, not the most lucrative. Let's just put it that way.
Nope. You gotta grow your money some other way.
So true. All right, so what was the process of dialing in the tone for Repose of the Soul? How long did it take you to do that? And I guess like by that question, what speaker cabinets you have, what speakers are in there, and I guess what microphone, because that all plays a big part into the tone as well.
My Savage, I got the Savage because of Proposal of the Soul, so I got to make this thing, and I had the settings already great dialed in and stuff. I had to tweak the gain a little bit lower and stuff, but basically the settings on the Savage are like Muhammad settings,
Yeah.
you know. So, and then it took 9 hours to mic it. 9 hours, right? So I have it in the closet, and I have the same microphones that they used on Epitaph, and I have a Vader Carnage Strain. The only one for sale in North America happened to be 15 minutes from the house.
Oh,
It was it was crazy.
Love
like
it.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And so it's got Eminence Legends and Eminence Mana Wars in it, I think. Yeah. And so it's got an X pattern, right? Two. And I mic'd up, you know, the SM57 on the edge of the cone, and then the Sennheiser E609 on the center. And it just like literally like it sounded like shit like this, and then I tilted it like that, and then it was perfect.
Wow. Crazy,
It-
man.
Extremely like that in itself is an art, man. Like nowadays, all you got to do is just plug your freaking guitar into that box and just DI, and it's like unrealistically huge sounding, unrealistically perfect. And again, it lacks that human element. I can tell when something's been DI'd. It just doesn't make me feel anything compared to an amp, a mic'd up amp. I got the best amp in the world. It's an Engel Savage, so I got to mic it.
Nice.
And I put it in the closet, closed the door, and it's been in there for over a year. And I just keep it like that, actually.
Dude, love it. Yeah, you know, there's something to be said, like, you know, some guy could get the perfect cabinet IR, impulse response, the perfect mics, blah, blah, blah. But there's something about, you know, the physical mic there, capturing the sound that's also reverberating around the room, what your room sounds like. It all kind of tributes to that more organic sound, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, it's real. It's not software. It's real. It's perfect. It's perfectly real. You know, I respect DI a lot because it allows people to record and make music and practice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because of noise and space restrictions and financial restrictions. But I'm lucky. I have a situation here where I can. It's loud, real loud.
Nice. I just had another question, and I just totally just blanked on it for a second there because I looked over the chat. But yeah, what else? You know, is there any other things that we haven't touched on that you would like to speak about on the album here? Anything's? Oh yeah, what recording software did you use for this?
Logic.
That was the question. Logic.
Just Logic. Yep. And all I did was this was very simple. I have a Universal Audio Apollo Solo, and I just had a Neve 1084 preamp on it, which is my favorite preamp, and I just made it so that the input was like a little hotter, and that was about it. And I didn't EQ anything. I gave Christoph the most like raw thing I possibly could give him, just excellent quality tone. Basically, the tone on the album is basically the exact same when it sounded like raw, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Christoph said if you can nail a good raw sound, done, right? Then that's all you got to do. Now the sound of my amp, like in the room, is not the same sound as it's mic'd up. So
Yes.
that's kind of quirky and tough to deal with, but Yeah, but again, I got to work with the guy from the source. I was like, how was Epitaph recorded? How did this stuff? How did you guys get a tone that is not fatiguing but very precise, so clean to the point where it doesn't even sound distorted?
Yeah, it's so true, man. Yeah, yeah. It's very, very, very clean tone. Not too much gain. Yeah, yeah.
I
So cool.
said it's more fatiguing, and so Muhammad wanted Epitaph to be even cleaner.
This guy says, just listen to the album, and I can easily say it's a 10 out of 10. There you go.
Damn,
We got a new
that's
fan from this, maybe.
appreciate it.
When you say it's real loud, are you worried about your hearing, or is it not that crazy? Well, I think he says he has it in a closet, so it's not too bad,
Right?
right?
So I get to crank it, have the full tube crackle and the full tube warmth, but it's not loud, you know. So it's great. I think it's probably just gonna stay in there because it still sounds fine on my posts, you know. So I'll just keep it like
Oh,
that.
really? Is it? That's where the audio's coming from? The closet in your post?
Closet.
That's funny.
Yeah, like again, it's just an iPhone Mini. That's all I do. Like everyone's like, when are you gonna DI your stuff? When are you gonna record? When are you gonna mic it up? When are you gonna actually make it sound like a proper YouTuber? And I'm like, I'm not a YouTuber. That's not who I am, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a guy that creates albums. I'm a guy that creates very effective content through realistic means. Like I'm not passionate about videography. Like you're great at videography. I'm not passionate about that. I can't do that stuff. Don't want to do that stuff. Is that gonna hold me back? Probably, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm still getting the point across. Kids are still coming up to me being like, "Hey, I'm stoked on guitar. Like, I really want to play like you." Great, mission accomplished. Thank you. Right?
Well, yeah, it certainly stands out. Like you don't see anyone doing kind of what you're doing, which I think helps you in a way. And like it doesn't sound bad either on camera. It's not like it's,
It's
it's
not.
yeah.
It's not pristine. The consumers now want pristine quality audio. That's what they want, right?
Yes,
Now,
yes.
I like the old style of YouTube where it's so authentic, where it's just your phone or just the camera and you with a room mic. And if you play well, it'll still sound good. You know, if you got good amps, it'll sound good. You know, and sometimes I'll mic it up, but because it's already mic'd up now. But I'm not. That's not who I am. I'm not here to present perfection and like the best representation of like what something could be. I like to do it authentically. As well, the album is recorded and mixed in a way so that when I play it on my posts, it sounds like the album.
It does sound like you're totally right. Yeah, it does.
I don't like it when a band sounds like Blink-182 live sounds nothing like Blink-182 in the record, you know?
Yeah. Did you see
Like
them live? Because I think they came through Edmonton not that long ago. Did you go see them when they came here, or
I
to
did,
Calgary?
yeah. Yeah, I've seen them I think 7 or 8 times. I've seen them in Berlin, Germany. I've seen them here a few times. I've seen them in Vancouver. I've seen them everywhere. It's great. Love Blink.
Yeah. Didn't Turnstile open up for them when they were here? Was that the band who opened for them? Or maybe that was just
I
Edmonton. I don't know.
I don't even go to openers. If I don't like the opener, man, I am like I'll show up right when the band is starting.
Bro, I fucking feel you, man.
I know that is awful. That is so close-minded and stuff. But again, I don't know. I just don't like wasting my time.
I feel you, man. You stand there, your back hurts. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't
get it,
like
man.
being
I get it.
loud, I don't like being in a loud environment. I just like I'll. But anyway, so that's just a quirk of mine. I know it's weird.
No, dude, like, I totally get it. Like, we're like basically the same age. Like, as I gotten older, like, like I said, man, like, I don't drink either. Being out in, like, a bar, watching a live band, like, past, like, 9, I'm just, like, totally over it. The last show I played, like, it was, like, we opened for, like, a Metallica cover band. It was, like, the drummer's dad or something like that. They finished their set at, like, 1:15. I was like, oh, my God. I was just sitting there dying the whole time. Like, oh, my God, man. If it was up to me, I would have just left, like, after my set for sure. Like, I've gone to that point where I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like,
Yeah, no, exactly. And I'm, it's like, yeah, I feel you completely.
is that bad scene etiquette? Whatever. Like, I don't care.
I'm not a,
You know?
I'm, I'm hardly a concert goer actually. Like, I only go to a band I really love. Like 3 Days Grace is coming, and I'm definitely going to that.
Oh, hell yeah. 3 Days Grace fan? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Tickets going sale Friday.
Are you going to go see Obscura? I know Obscura's coming to Edmonton. I don't know. Are they coming to Calgary?
Oh, seen them before. I only care about Honest and Christian. They're not in the band. Don't care. Yeah,
That makes sense
period.
to me. Totally.
Period. Like I've already seen them. I think 3 times. I saw them once in Calgary when I met them, once in Germany, and once here, another time here. I don't even like most of their stuff. I like Cosmogenesis because that's the best album.
Cosmogenesis
Best,
slaps, bro. Great album.
best songwriting, very focused. Magic was there. The other stuff, excellent, shreddier, faster, more technical. Don't care.
Yeah, especially like the new stuff with like stealing riffs and stuff. Like I'm kind of thinking, like, does he not? Can you not just write your own riffs? Like, you know, how really hard is it? You really got to steal riffs. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know. And yeah, no, I just don't give a flying fuck through a running donut about Obscura. You know, I just don't give a damn.
Running donut.
Yeah.
That's some real like Albertan. That's a real Albertan boomer saying, man. I love that. They have some
Right.
good sayings around here. They got some good sayings.
That's right from William Friedkin, but yeah, I couldn't describe it any better. I don't know. I just don't give a damn. Like I don't care about most technical music now. I really don't, because again, it doesn't fit my vision and stuff. Right? Now most, like I respect what they're doing. I love Nile. Love Nile. That stuff's hard. But I don't listen to tech death. I listen to Necrophagus.
Yeah.
You know, I listen to my stuff. I listen to Blink-182. I listen to Backstreet Boys. That's what I listen to. And Alice City. I love that stuff. Love it. Love it.
I love it, man. Well, yeah, like you totally wear your influences on your sleeve, and it's like, it's great. And this is sort of like a more meta question. It's sort of like when we were growing up in like 18, 19, 20, it almost seemed like if you were like a huge super fan of a band, it almost seemed like it was like just like totally cringe, and people are like, you know, these like grand displays of authenticity, it seems like were very, very almost like frowned upon, you know, 2011, 2012, 2013, that era. But now it just seems like everyone's like kind of come back down to earth and been like, yeah, you can just be a really big fan of just one certain thing, and it's not a bad thing. You're not ignoring the rest of the scene. You're just really like the one thing. And that's sort of like you see a lot of YouTube videos now, like your content, my content. There's another guy, Brian W, who does a lot of stuff more on like Metallica sort of things. But it really seems like authentic displays of just truly loving a certain thing is just okay again. I don't know. Have you picked up any of that?
Passion and consistency always transcends time. Always does. Right? It always does. It'll bypass trends. You know, that's why all the death stuff, the Necrophagus stuff is lasting. That's why Annihilation of the Wicked is a lasting album. Hard Work, Carcass, name all the greats, whatever it might be.
Yes.
Everything in the right spot. There's also timing. Timing's huge on everything, right? Like maybe Repose the Soul, the timing on it was great. I don't know. Who knows? That the time will tell. But my idea for the album, I think, Repose the Soul was released at a time when I think that tech death, technical music is at its absolute most stale, in my opinion.
I would agree with that, man. Yeah.
There's other guys that are faster, better songwriters, better everything. I know that. But I think that Repose the Soul comes out at a time in response to my vision or my view of what's going on in the industry. I don't like it.
Yeah, totally, man. It seems like, you know, coming out of like the post-COVID world, I guess.
Guitar content bothers the hell out of me nowadays because, like, how many times have you seen, like, a neon light in the background with freaking this angle of the guitar playing, like, you know, like the
whatever, millions of times at this point.
Yeah, again, it's amazing. It's very like technical and very cool and stuff, but it's just I've seen it a trillion times. There's no originality anymore, like, right? So, you know, I got a neon light here. That's my lovely wife got that for me, but whatever. It's, you know, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? Who cares, right? Yes, I've got the light and some of that. But again, the idea is that I film my stuff as well, unlike everyone else too. Like no one just puts their camera up, and just goes for it, even if the audio might not be perfect.
Totally, man. Yeah, absolutely. This guy asks, did you ever get into SOP's style of tech, Fayence? SOP.
Sound of Perseverance.
Is that? I don't know.
Wait. No, sorry. Spawn of Possession. No. And you want to know why? Because I've never actually listened to a song.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm an ignorant fuck. I know that. But no, because they do what they do perfectly, and it doesn't match my vision. You know, like again, like Muhammad, for example, what he had stated was, when he created all of his stuff, he didn't give a damn what was anything that was popular. He just created the stuff in a Yngwie Malmsteen Truxturdiner tunnel. That's all he does. All he did, and out came Necrophagist.
I like that tunnel.
That works best for my personality. I'm not up to snuff with almost anything, to be honest. I just know what I like, and I hope people like it. We'll see.
That's so true, man. Like, yeah, like I feel like people would also be disappointed if they saw like what I listen to like on a daily basis on Spotify. Like, it's just like Death, Winter Sun, In Flames.
Awesome.
And then like some like hip hop and stuff too that comes up, and your stuff as well. Like I said, like it's like the perfect length. When I walk my dog, it's like 30 minutes, in and out. I feel like that's like the perfect length for an album too. Like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
In and out, clean, don't linger.
Technical music needs to be short. It overstays its welcome.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just too much to handle after 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, dude, totally, 100%. Yeah, I'm like with you, bro. I like what I like, and it's like, do I like to check out new bands? Absolutely, I do. But will I go listen to them again? I don't know, man, because I could go listen to the Jester Race again, or the Sound of Perseverance.
Yeah, exactly, and stick to it's ignorant, but I just listen to the best and forget the rest. I know there's awesome stuff out there. It's just I'm doing what I'm doing and the most way that I want to do it. And sometimes laser focus and ignorance might be good. Maybe. We'll see.
I agree, man. I agree. It just like you said, that's like passion. Listen to the best. Fuck the rest. Well, yeah, I think. Go ahead, Sober. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right on, man.
Cool. Oh, well, I think. I think we could probably leave it there. What do you think? Do you want to keep going, answer some more questions, or?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who's listened to it. Thanks to everyone who shared it. Again, I'm just a one man show and stuff, so spread the word to tell people about it. The idea here is that it was my music, and especially Repose of the Soul, is created in a way to hopefully have it last, and so that it inspires people to pick up the guitar or do any of that kind of stuff. And it is not trendy at all. That's not the point of it, So and it's not. I'm not here to send a promo code of some other advertising shit. So I'm just here to make sure that people hear my stuff.
Absolutely, man. And I think you totally succeeded. Check if anybody here hasn't heard his stuff, go listen to it, man. Like, it's so good. I love it. Really great stuff. Very, very organic, human sounding, and like Brandon said, just not chasing trends at all, which I respect immensely and is like a huge inspiration personally for like my own music as well, I gotta say. But yeah, man, like there's not a lot of other stuff that sounds like, pretty much nothing that sounds like you. So go check out his stuff. Go check out his website. Buy a t-shirt. Buy his tab book, sign up for some lessons. Great guy. He'll really make your wrists and fingers hurt, which is what you want.
Good work, yeah. You paid for it, right? So.
That's right.
Awesome.
Okay, man.
All right. Yeah, thank you all to my fans and followers and stuff too. So and definitely check out Chris's channel. I'll put a link of his channel again on my stories and stuff. And it's pretty much it. And I will leave it at that and let the metal flow. It's pretty much it.
Absolutely.
Stay close to the girls.
Absolutely. I think do we have like one more lesson? I think we do.
Do, man. Yeah. So let me know whenever works.
Okay. I'll DM you probably sometime next week. I've really been working on lack of comprehension. Really been working.
Good. Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Some guy said on a comment, start the, when it goes to the heavy riff out of the clean, start that on an upstroke rather than a downstroke. And that really was I really sort of helped it out. So instead of hitting, you're hitting them on the down.
I like the outside picking feel on the melody note, but he's not wrong. Like, totally not. Yeah, that's a good point too. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna get ready for my next lesson here. So I will let you go. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, broski. Always a pleasure to talk to you, man. Take care.
So much opportunity. Bye bye.
Absolutely. All right, okay, we're back. Well, what did you guys think of that, guys? What did you think? That was the first sort of like interview I've done on the channel here. All right, let's see. Just let me reorganize the stream here. Do you guys want to I'm good to keep going maybe for like another 30 minutes if you guys are. What are we thinking here, boys? What are we thinking? Yeah, dude, his Sweetchmas stealth is just so goddamn cool, man. Yeah, so cool. Sure. All right, excellent. Okay, excellent. Let me go grab another Diet Coke, and I'll just be right back, you guys. Maybe we'll play some guitar while we're on it. Back on the DC's hard. Oh yeah, I guess we didn't. But yeah, man. Like, yeah, I love Fayence's his album. I really think it's actually like really legitimately good. I'm not just saying that because like he's my guitar teacher, my buddy. I wouldn't even if I didn't like the album at all. Like I wouldn't even interview him about it. Right. On this channel, I only really try to talk about metal that I actually enjoy. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna try to like impress people with my like music cred if I don't like or know the band. Does that make any sense? That's why like all my deep dives are on like Death and Megadeth for the most part, right? Because that's the type of music that I really enjoy and love all the time. Tiny Varvis left and Mega Varvis returned. That's right, I'm back. I'm back and I'm huge, boys. I'm back and I'm huge. Yeah, I feel like dude, I don't know if I'm like nearly as good at guitar to play it, but I would love to learn Blythe. That's such a sick song, such great riffs. Yeah, go buy his tab book, bro. Go buy his tab book for sure. All right, well, let me pop the chat back out here. Dude, absolutely, man. Like bring back riffs and melodies to metal. That's what I'm saying, man. We need more of that and not just your bog standard. You know what I mean? And that's why I really like his album too. Like melodies and the riffs are just fantastic. Well, I guess while we're here, maybe while we're chilling, I'll play some of my music while I tune my guitar back up here. So, yeah, we'll listen to this song's called The Shrike is the next one. Iced Earth and Flames and Death is how I learned not to suck at the guitar. Oh, and Maiden. Iron Maiden's great too. Like again, melodies rule. Fayence Dream. He explained that earlier in the stream. Basically, Fayence was the color. Fayence yellow was the color of a Porsche that he really liked, and then he just put Dream because, you know, it's a cool name. So Fayence Dream is where he got that name from. Dude, absolutely. Especially In Flames. Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I'm a vocalist kind of first and foremost, and I'm a guitarist, learning guitarist still. Oh, shit, bro. Let me just stop this here. Thank you for becoming a part of the members, bro. Welcome to the based ones. You're the best, Cryptic. Thanks for tuning in. You've been here the whole stream, man. You're fucking excellent, bro. I appreciate that a lot, man. Truly, you don't know how much I appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you. Oops. Fuck. This is another one where I like ripped off Sacred Serenity in the middle too again. My fucking power button on this thing is just messed up, so I gotta use a pick to turn it on. You're the best, man. Again, thank you once again. Yeah, what do you guys want to do here? I'll be on until about 2. We got 2 more songs to listen to. Maybe we'll just listen to the rest of these, and then maybe I'll get off, and then I'll be back streaming on Friday afternoon, around the same time in the afternoon as well. Oh, thanks, bro. Oh, fuck. Can't even play my own song. This one's called Soul Sickness. I'm pretty sure you appreciate that's your favorite, bro. So yeah, the way I write this stuff is I write it all on the computer and then I just learn it later. Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Again, just like the Death song template, Winter Sun. Yeah. I can't. I keep fucking messing it up. Oh, nice. It actually gets stuck in your head, bro. Damn. Dude. That's what I'm going for. I sort of like a lot of what, you know, in our lessons and stuff, I talk with Fayence all the time about like a songwriting stuff. And it's all about the hooks and the melodic choruses and stuff that just gets stuck in your head, man. Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Lyrics Sold Out are pretty cool. Like Vivacity, which is sort of like energy and like youthful energy, like masculine energy kind of thing, like that. Vivacity, Forgotten Dreams, Stolen From Us While We Sleep. All around us, decay tremendous. I feel a deep soul sickness, which is something that I feel profoundly within me, you know what I mean? This song I rip off Crystal Mountain so hard. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. Yeah, bro. I'll check out Fallujah. I'll check out the Fallujah song after the stream ends, though, because if I play like copyrighted music, the whole stream will get like demonetized, which is like so annoying. What can you do? Vocals are way too loud in this part. I messed up the demo, mixing the demo there. Had to bring that back, that like Morbid Angel sort of flanger on one side of the guitars, on the left guitar. I love that shit. Yeah, Vlad, that'd be the chorus. Sorry I didn't respond to that earlier. Yeah, that'd be the chorus of the song. I appreciate that, man. That's my goal, right? Write catchy stuff, melodic stuff. Again, just write like the album that I want to listen to, which I think is like exactly what Fayence is doing as well. Which again is why I respect it so much, right? So good. The void within, cliche. Dude, you're totally right, man. You're totally right. That's such a succinct way to put it. A deep sense of absence that even religion couldn't fill. 100%, bro. You put it better than I could. Do you play in a band now, Vlad, or what? Hey, what's up, Metallica fan? Oh, nothing. We're just chilling, bro. You missed the Fayence interview, but we're just hanging out still. Yeah, it's hard to get out of practice, man, for sure. Yeah, someone's called As Above, We're Below. Very inspired by Crystal Mountain. Here, I'll show you guys exactly how I write all my music here, and maybe it'll give you some inspiration. Oh, bro, that's tragic. Moved out and then tragic. Dude, the Soul Runner stuff I played earlier, those are the same guys I've been in a band with since high school. All right, so this is how I write my music here in FL Studio. You can see I have all these patterns here. So what I do is I'd have like a template, right? So I got the bass guitar, right? Rhythm 1, rhythm 2, a lead. A lead with all the harmonies, right? Then you got a harmony just at the end. I think there's a harmony. Yeah, right at the end. And then the drums. Now, the really cool thing is the guitar plugin here. So instead of using just Guitar Pro, you use Shreddage, which essentially is just a guitar sampler. Like a guy went through, sampled every single note and every single fret, right? And then that gets played. So when you play it, I just have 2 drum kits that layer the kicks. So when you play it, essentially it's just like a real guitar being played. You know what I mean? You know, and it's all about the articulations, right? How do you make it sound good? Oh, the computer can't handle all this stuff with the streaming. That's funny. Oh, well, yeah, no wonder. I got an amp sim on this one. No wonder I can't handle that. Yeah, so this is literally like the DI guitar is running through the amp sim with like the tone that I use to play my own guitar, basically. This is the file without vocals. Ah! It's computer struggling with the stream. Do you run a fairly dry EQ on your valve state? On my valve state, I actually don't even have an EQ pedal yet. That's the one thing I'm really gonna purchase right away is an EQ pedal, and I'm gonna run it through the effects loop to really just try to tighten up the sound. Although I think I just need to take it in and get it worked on. It has some like weird gating effects here. But on the Solidus here, I just have a little boost to the low mids and a little bit of highs before it goes into the amp here. And of course, like it's just like the, you know. If I do this, it'll probably sound better. Right, and the cool part about this is like you can write stuff that sounds a lot better than Guitar Pro. Really gives you a good example of what the song is going to be, and then you write it all and you learn it after. Essentially, is like the way I'm doing it. Do you know about the Marshall DSL amps? I do, and actually, I was really considering buying one of those. Like, I was getting almost fed up looking for a valve state, and then I saw this thing was on like an eBay auction. So yeah, I went and picked that up. Hold on, I better actually change the stream title here. I don't want people coming in. And I'm getting upset that I'm not, you know, doing stuff. I wish you would just let me choose like a clip from the stream. God damn it. Hold on, let me just do this. The most professional of all streams here. You're going to see how I create the thumbnails here now, boys, too. Canva all the way, and I took a screenshot OBS. Me not even looking at the camera. Whoops. That's okay. Whatever. There we go. Live stream and chill. Just change that. There we go. There we go. That should be a little bit better now. We're not confusing people. Yeah, but do you initially write on keyboard or do you just freehand it in Guitar Pro on a MIDI roll? Normally I sort of have like the idea for the riff already. Like for that song there, I had. Like I had that riff idea already, so then I just wrote it into the computer and then sort of expanded on it. That's where I came up with the, you know. Yeah, so I try to write with at least a guitar in my hand. So I'm not writing anything like impossible to play either. You know what I mean? Do you have tips on programming drums? I sure do, man. Let me put this down. And let me just go to the washroom again here. I really gotta pee once more time. I just have such a small bladder. All right, so I'll upload the demo probably to my second channel, Varvis Dark here, so you guys can hear it. But really for me, what you have to do is just look at what some of your favorite drummers are doing and then just try to emulate that. I wonder how like good this is gonna sound here. Okay, so let's just go right to the drums. So the Urgitone kit is pretty cool. I really like this Urgitone. I think they might be out of business now, but it was called like the old school death metal kit. Sounds really good. So one of the things that I really like to do with programmed drums is a lot of cymbal work. You know, tom rolls and stuff like that don't sound that great on programmed drums. And you can hear my computer struggling to stream and stuff like that. But one thing you can do to make it a lot easier is, let's say you have this stuff. See, these are all like open string chugs. Just copy those over. Like if I just do this. Say, trying to make your life easier, right? Just copy this over. And then you just have your exactly like your kick pattern here as well with whatever part of the guitar, the drums you want to do. So that way you don't spend your time plugging all that in, then you can really go crazy on the cymbals. This part here, if you look, right? Again, it sounds terrible, but I just, again, copy paste it over the guitar pedal notes. Yeah, and that's my thing. Like, another thing, like if I open this. Another really cool trick you can do is simply go on to Songster or Guitar Pro, whatever, and find the MIDI for those drums that are put into like tabs, right? Yeah, the Urgitone drums are good, man. They sound really good. Yeah, so on this as well, this project, I plan to just have like a real drummer play it. My buddy Max, he's a really good drummer. Another thing you could do is, okay, let's say... Oh, sorry, I did this with the wrong song. Where is it? Morningside. Yeah, there we go. So, for instance, for this song, I went Story to Tell Death. Tabs. So you go to Songster. And then you can come down to here. I think my camera's just in the way. Let me just move this. But if you click here, Edit, then you can download like the guitar profile. You can see I have like tons. But then what you do is you go onto Guitar Pro, you export everything as MIDI, and then you can simply take the drum parts that your favorite bands are playing, and put them into the song you are doing. Of course, change it up, right? Don't, play it and plagiarize it directly. You know what I mean? But you can use these essentially as like cool pre-made beats to then write around or to add to your music. You know what I mean? So for this song, oh, that's a really old version of it. Hold on. So for this song, Morningside, I literally did the exact same thing, and I took the Story to Tell drums. Alright, is this the right one? Yes. So this part right here is essentially just like the Story to Tell drums. Changed a little bit. Played a little bit faster. But yeah, essentially you can do this to like almost any song that's on Songster that has drums written for it, right? You can sort of harvest the drum parts and then use them in your own stuff. Like essentially it's just like a drummer listening to it and playing like the same thing but changing it. Again, Do not directly plagiarize, but you can definitely use this as inspiration and as a way to just speed up the process, right? If I wanted to use this, it would take a long time for me to program all these drums like this. Instead, you just get the MIDI, copy paste it over, and there you go. You know what I mean? That's like my biggest advice for programming drums. And depending on your software as well, like I didn't do it here because it's just a demo. But if you go, at least in FL, you can go Control A. So select all, and there's a randomize button, right? So you can mess with all these knobs, but essentially you see all the velocities are now changed. And I think FL also has... Yeah, it has a humanized function as well. So if you don't want to spend all the time, you know, slightly nudging the notes, you can do this, and it'll slightly nudge all the notes around. Yeah, so that would be my my big tips for drum programming for sure. Yeah, would you mind criticizing a song on my EP? Yeah, absolutely, bro. Where can I find it? Yeah, I'll stream till 2:30, and then I gotta start getting ready for work. And I gotta eat lunch too. I haven't eaten anything today. Just like 2 Diet Cokes and 2 Monsters. Or is it on your channel? Maybe I can just do this, see what's on your channel. Wow, not on yours. Yeah, let me know where I can find it, bro. I would love to critique it. You can tell there's my scream test from yesterday's video on cupping the mic. I actually like the way modern metal production sounds, but it bugs me that it isn't written with modern performances in mind. I agree. I'm a pure PV addict. Got an XSL head and a 65-34 plus, but I need an angle head real bad. Dude, angles are sick, man. PVs are cool too. I just like the Marshall valve stakes. I'm a big like Death fanboy. You know what I mean? All right, let's see if I can find a demo of one of my other songs here that I made for one of my other bands. So yeah, this is the what you're working on? Oh, dude, I have a whole album written. I got a whole bunch of other stuff from my other bands. Yeah, I'm bringing up, I think this song is for my band that I play bass and sing in. It's called Holding On to Smoke. They're more of like a metalcore type of band, so we'll see if you guys like this track. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is the one. Cool. I think before I get into this, I just like DS the vocals like way too much. I know in some of the vocals, so I'm just going to back this off a little bit here. Yeah, so this song's called Holding On to Smoke. This is for my band that I play in called Sidestepping the Sun, so I sing and play bass in this band. Heavily inspired by Architect's Modern Misery here. Go on my YouTube channel and email it to me. varvis.yt at gmail.com. Modern YouTube does suck, bro. Yeah, do that. That's a good idea, too. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate the call for the vocals, bro. Dude, the fact that YouTube doesn't have a DM function is absolutely inexcusable in my opinion. Yeah, another Varvis song. The fact that I have to go to Instagram to DM other like YouTubers is just crazy. Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, I'm really working on those. Lots of Architects inspiration for sure. Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate it. That was my best attempt at ripping off Killswitch Engage there. You know, then we gotta put in some like chromatic chugs, you know what I mean? Do you like atmospheric black metal, Varvy? Honestly, bro, not really. Got the release here? Alright, excellent. Which song do you want me to look at, bro? Psychopathological anorgasmia? I don't even want to know what that means. The fourth one? Okay, cool. Wait, hold on. You just have one. Or is there 4 songs in here? Where the Oh, there it is. Bro, let me give you just a tip right now. If you're releasing your music, don't put this. Don't put this, because this means that you're releasing your music into the Creative Commons, which means like anybody can use it for whatever reason. And you really, and especially with music, you want to keep that, you know, because somebody could just post this, under their own copyright sort of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't post it. You know, if you're doing you know, like your own music sort of thing. You know what I mean? The fourth one, addiction of putrefaction. Which one of these guys is you, bro? All right, okay. Right off the bat, vocals are nasty. Like, what are you trying to go here for? Are you trying to be like brutal death metal? It sort of sounds like thrash metal with like, you know, brutal death metal vocals so far. That's you on the right? Dude, hair's looking good, bro. Hair gains, bro. Let's go. Hell yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, the solo and or the under solo riff and altering the future is great. Okay, bro. Let me put this here. So obviously like this is like a demo, right? I think you said this is like a demo EP. Now, I know you're going for like this sort of like really brutal thrash metal, death metal type of sound. And like I'll just be straight up like this is not the type of music that I would like enjoy listening to. You know, like I'll listen to it cuz you requested it to, you know what I mean? But ask yourself this, what makes this stand out? What is going to make somebody remember this song? You know what I mean? You know, how many times have we just heard stuff like, you know, like, let me turn the reverb down. What is the hook of this song? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to get across? You know what I mean? Like, not every song has to be like some deeply philosophical journey. You know what I mean? But what are you trying to get the audience to do? What do you want them to feel when you hear this song? Because for me, when I hear this song, it's just sort of like, okay, this is sort of like throwback thrash with, you know, like gurgling vocals, right? And then all these elements individually sound pretty good. Like the guitars, you know, it's an EP, right? So I'm not gonna like poo poo on them for the tone or whatever like that. But I'm just wondering, like, I'm trying to think back to the song that I just listened to, and I can't really like remember any parts. There's nothing that's memorable. There's nothing that stands out to me. So that would be my advice to you, man, is just how can I make my song memorable and make them want to re-listen to it? Do you know what I mean? But I think it was definitely good, and you guys definitely have some potential. You guys both have beautiful hair. And you know what? Looking good is like, number one. You know what I mean? Yeah, Goodalax vibes. Yeah, like, I'm saying, like, a lot of this stuff, I don't know. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, bro. Not my cup of tea, but I could definitely see what people enjoyed. But that's my advice. How do you make that memorable? How do I get it stuck in people's heads? Oh, dude, the process of just even learning to mix is very fun. Yeah, and like again, like a lot of these elements individually sounded pretty good. I feel like you could just do a better job in the guitar tone department, maybe turn them up a little bit. But yeah, it sounds filthy, it sounds nasty, and if that's what you're going for, then I think you've succeeded. But yeah, just ask yourself next time you're writing, how do I make this memorable? You have to make a video on how to add soul to songs. If I had that answer, bro, I wouldn't be sitting here on stream with you. I'd be in my diving in my pool of millions. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's some like weird gating on the amp there. But yeah, definitely cool. You got some potential, man. Don't give up. Keep writing songs. The best thing I could do, man, or the best advice I can give you is just get reps. It's like going to the gym and, building your muscles. You just need to get reps. Just write songs and just keep writing them, keep demoing them. It's the best way to do it, right? Anything is just repetition. Yeah, definitely keep going, man. Don't, just because I didn't like the music doesn't mean there is like an audience out there for it. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. What other songs can I bore you guys with here? Oh yeah, were any of you here at the beginning when I showed some of the mixes from my other band that we got? Dude, absolutely. Yeah, best bet, get some professional mixing. There's a reason why people have a career out of it, right? It's tough work. It's a tough job to mix stuff, you know what I mean? Which we just got this back. So this is the band that I do vocals in. This is called Soul Runner, and the song is called Krakatoa Sunrise here. Krakatoa Sunset. A death metal rendition of The Endless Fantasy by Anamaguchi. What's the heaviest song on Cosmogenesis, in your opinion? Let's see here. Yeah, you see, you can see what I listen to here. Winter Sun, Pose of the Soul, Florence and the Machine, some Dance Gavin Dance. I have a hard time remembering obscure song titles. Dude, I think I have to go with Incarnated. Maybe not the heaviest song, but I think it's my favorite song of the album. I love that riff. Hi, Graphite. Thanks for tuning in and even being an hour and 20 minutes behind when you hear this in another hour and 20 minutes from now. Oh, bro, I appreciate it. To me, that's like the highest compliment. If you listen to my videos before you go to sleep, I love it. Because that's what I do with some of my favorite YouTube creators, right? Listen to them before we go to bed. That's what we were going for, man. Like, so Krakatoa Sunset. It was like a volcano that erupted in the late 1800s. I'll just pause it. So Krakatoa was a volcano that erupted, I think it was like 1812. Huge eruption that happened on an island in Indonesia, right? It destroyed the whole island. Or I think it erupted in 1814 or something around those lines. Anyway, so what happened was it spewed so much ash into the air that it lowered the global temperature for like 2 years. And so for the 2 years after that happened in Europe, they called those years the years without summers, because it was just sort of like dreary and overcast and rainy the whole time because of all the ash in the atmosphere. And this was, of course, right after the Napoleonic Wars had just ended, right? So like over a decade of just tons of death and destruction in Europe, followed by, 2 years without summers, essentially. And so during that time, Krakatoa, when it erupted, all the volcanic ash in the atmosphere would produce these beautifully vivid sunsets. So you had this just like dreary, cold weather, right? Crops are failing. There was like famines all around. After the end of all this like bitter, brutal war, Napoleonic Wars, and then you just have these like beautiful sunsets because of all the volcanic ash. And that's sort of like the inspiration for the lyrics and a lot of like the bittersweet feeling for this song as well. Oops. Yeah, the year without a summer. Yeah. I thought you're taking requests. That'll be on Friday, my guy. Today we're just sort of chilling after I interviewed Fayence stream. Do any of you guys listen to Cancer or Disavowed? Great bands? Yeah, I've listened to Cancer. They're pretty good. Ultra Nightmare Doom speedruns. We're taking bets on whether super volcano under Santorini is going to blow. Dude, now we're talking. This is like another interest of mine, is like catastrophism for sure. Oh, look, that's where I live. Ha ha. It's colder than Moscow. So here's the caldera of Santorini. Yeah, the panic chords are so good. Yeah, so this will be out in a couple months. Just filming stuff. So, yeah, if we look, we have the super volcano under Santorini, which wasn't there like earthquakes in Santorini or something like that. Favorite thrash album? Rust in Peace. Not even a second's hesitation on that one. Rest in peace. But I watched a video the other day, or maybe a while ago, where some guy said that if you look on like the coast of Tunisia and everything like that, there's a whole bunch of indications that this was just like all covered in water not that long ago. Varvis needs to make a video on the unreleased song of the third album by Necrophagus. I'm waiting to do that. I ordered, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Six String TV, Kalen. He's a friend of mine, and he had released, like, Necrophagus, Where's the Third Album shirts. So I'm waiting for that shirt to come in the mail finally before I start making some stuff. Yeah, so that was at Krakatoa Sunset. Thousands of them per day outside the norm. Well, that's concerning for sure. But basically, what he says, like, looks like there might be evidence that there's things called chevrons, which essentially when like a tsunami hits a beach, that's like the evidence that they leave, like these chevron-like patterns, and that there's all these chevrons like all through the Tunisian desert, all the way down here past the Eye of Africa, and even if like you look right. It looks like there's like water erosion. Like this looks like the path that water would take, which is about like the same almost type of erosion patterns you see over in Washington in, you know, the Scablands with these sort of massive floods as well. So what could have happened to like inundate all of this in water? I don't know if any of you guys ever watched that Bright Insight video on this being the site of ancient Atlantis too. And, like, the fact that there's, like, volcanoes, like, you know, thousands of feet high in the Sahara Desert where there's, like, salt in the calderas at the top of the volcano. Like, how did all this happen, man? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, catastrophism is really one of my favorite pastimes, like, wondering just what the hell happened. All this stuff. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. But, I mean, if you're having multiple... you know, thousands of earthquakes per day in Santorini, that's very, very concerning. You know what I mean? Yeah, Thoughty and Randall Carlson. You know how I got my start on YouTube, bro? I was making shorts and highlight clips for Randall Carlson on his Cosmographia podcast. That's how I started making my YouTube videos. Yeah, like the Bright Insight video. Let's see. Oh, fuck. I just spilled Diet Coke. That's okay. Oh. Yeah, like I'm not going to play his video on stream here, but this video right here is crazy. 4.3 million views as well. Like that's nuts for a video about like Atlantis. I love Randall Carlson. Great guy. Love it. Do you want to see where my family is from in Greece? Right here, Eliachori. That's where my family was from in Greece before they came to Canada. Nice place. I visited this for my honeymoon in Greece. Actually, I think this is my cousin's house, actually. I love Greece. What a beautiful country. Beautiful, beautiful country. But yeah, okay, guys, I think I got to get off. I got to go get ready for work here. I got to work here tonight. So I just want to thank all you guys for tuning in. And again, the Cryptic Stench, thank you again for signing up to be a channel member. I appreciate it so much. You guys are the best. I'll be back streaming Friday afternoon. Why didn't you text me? I would have come to hang out. Bro, give me your number, bro. Damn. Or check your notifications, bro. Put the notifications on. When are you making Evelyn check out Symphonic Metal? I think that'll be very soon. It's not for certain, but I think Sunday Evelyn and I are actually going to stream some of the Patreon member requests of their songs, and I think there's a symphonic song in there. I think Nightwish, somebody requested that. So that'll be one, and then we got to save the Nightwish. We got to save the Nightwish episode for when we need some good views, right? Because that'll be good views. You know what I mean? But yeah, check out this Sunday. I think like 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Evelyn and I will be streaming, but don't hold that for certain. And I'll make a post announcing that as well. Gateways by Demu. Might just have to. Might have to just be real mean. Anyways, boys, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.